Oh, whoa. Why is the old head thing back there lit up?
because that's what it does.
Fuck,
This is a
no
good start.
way.
This is a good place to start the
Wow.
episode
Okay.
because this whole thing is my wife. Like like how awesome she is, and she like once she's like has her mindset to something, she will make whatever the fuck needs to happen. And so once
Wow.
I started doing my whole, I'm going to collect VHSs, which as you can see, that's
Sure.
going very well behind
Yeah.
me.
Sure.
She was like, it'd be cool if you had like a sign that looked like a video store, only it was
Yeah.
old
Yeah.
head
Yeah.
video. So
Yeah.
we
Right.
designed this blockbuster looking old head video sign. And then she
Sure.
goes, wouldn't it be really cool if you could get it illuminated in your room? So she literally
Yes.
found this thing and she bought like transparent paper to print on and then printed out this thing and then bought this
A light
and it's
box.
literally the transparent paper slide, so I can change it out to say whatever I want. But it doesn't show up too well, like on in the video, unfortunately. But
Wow.
yeah,
I know what it is.
yeah, but yeah,
And that's what's important. And she did all that, huh? Okay.
yeah,
That's pretty amazing.
she just like I mean, I'm telling you, like she's the best enabler there is because like I'll get some sort of idea and I'll start focusing on like collecting something or wanting to do something, and she's like, "We're going to figure out how to do this. Get this done. We're going to do this."
Right.
And I'm just like,
Right.
"All right, cool."
Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah,
And I
I
bet
kind
you,
of I lucked out, in many
yep,
ways.
you can't ask her to marry you again, though, and that's the only problem.
No, no, no. But
Will you marry me again? Will you marry me again?
well, people do, don't they renew their vows? And what does that even mean? Is that like a thing, like when your relationship's not going well and you renew
Oh,
your
I'm
vows?
I'm assuming you'd only want to renew them if it was going really good.
I don't know. I don't even know what that means. We didn't. I mean, we just did basic ass vow shit. We didn't.
Right.
We went to JP.
Church?
No.
No, justice of the peace.
Yeah, neither one of us is religious. So
Okay.
we literally had like a small little thing at a little JP where they had a little what do you call those? Like a little hall with seats and stuff.
Yes.
It's real small.
Okay. Okay.
Perfect,
You didn't go
though.
to Vegas. Didn't go get married by Elvis.
No, we did not.
Okay.
We were
I
pretty.
bet you got one of those in Texas. I bet
we
you
were
got an
pre-
Elvis marrying person down there in Texas.
we probably have some right here in Houston. I don't know where that would be,
Right.
but
Right.
but no, we were
So
we were real low key about it.
okay, so like no her family's not religious? Your family's not religious? Like it wasn't like a requirement?
Why would it? Well, it's our wedding. Why would it have been a
Well,
requirement?
yeah, but sometimes you're part of a bigger family before you meet each other.
Yeah, neither one of us fuck with that shit.
Okay, all right.
We her family's close, and my family, I'm close to some of them, but religion, even though like I feel like there's religion in their lives, it was never really pushed on me, which is probably one of the best things my parents did was not push that on me.
Okay.
And then my wife's family is religious, but they're also very open to like people who aren't. So it's not a big deal.
Fantastic.
So yeah,
Were
we
you in a
just
suit, a tux? Was she in a dress? Like what was this? What did this thing go down?
yeah,
with?
she had a dress, and then we kind of came up with like a kind of like because I didn't want to wear a tux because it wasn't that kind of ordeal, but we did buy me like a nice outfit with like this really cool like black sort of zip up expensive like sweater thing.
Nice.
I looked very sleek, but I didn't look it didn't look like fancy. It just looked
Okay.
like I almost like I feel like it was more like a like when a celebrity goes somewhere special,
Sure.
and they're not wearing a suit, they're wearing this like, I don't know. I felt that's the only time in my life I ever felt like stylish. Like my pants were made by Michael Kors, and I'm just like, that's some fancy ass shit.
Whoa.
He was on Project
Who,
Runway. That's got to mean
Right.
something.
No, it does mean something. It really does. So, but okay. So, but I was going to ask you about the brand of your sweater. What was the top?
Don't remember. Don't remember.
Oh, okay.
It's
So,
in the closet. I can look and tell you next time, but I don't.
Oh, I can't wait for you to wear it.
I'll just wear my wedding outfit next time.
Sprockets.
We're coming up on our 6-year wedding anniversary, November 2nd on
Yeah, you better know that
Dia de los Muertos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's when we got married.
On the Day of the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Did you paint your faces?
No, we didn't. But
Okay.
we do have a lot of that stuff around the house, and we do. We're into that kind of thing. Maybe my wife's Mexican and her family's Mexican, so they're into. But my wife also likes skulls a lot too, so it kind of goes hand in hand.
Right. I guess it would be weird if her family wasn't Mexican.
Yeah, that what they call that appropriation. Yeah,
right.
Sometimes I feel like I'm appropriating myself, but I've been accepted and told that I'm an honorary Mexican. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, like whenever my wife says some shit about like fucking white people, and I say something, she's like, I'm not talking about you.
Right, dear.
Yeah.
Dear? Well, talking
anyway,
about your people.
My people. I feel closer to my wife's family than I've ever felt to any family. So I mean,
yeah.
So,
well, fantastic, dude.
Yeah,
I
love
the
the dog next to you. Is it made of chocolate?
I wish. Metal.
Oh, it's a metal dog.
His name is Sheldon.
Sheldon.
Yeah. He was Jessica's grandfather's dog. And then when he passed away, rest in peace, we got together and then her mom was like, hey, does anyone know if they want to have anything from Jerome's? And I was like, the dog, like that. And they were like, and she's like, okay, you want the dog? And I was like, yes, I want the dog.
Wait,
please.
There was no real dog involved in this.
No, the dog was always this.
Okay. For some reason, I thought you were going to say, like, there was a real dog, the dog passed away, and then you got that made of the dog.
Yeah,
bronzed.
We had bronze. Well, so we're going to talk about a dog in a movie. This is kind of my little suggestion to Amélie, my little Easter egg, if you will.
Okay.
You probably don't even remember that scene because you only saw the movie once.
Nope. Seriously,
I've seen it hundreds of times.
Like, was there a dog in that movie?
Yeah, there was. There was a stuffed dog.
I was probably too busy trying to read the damn movie while
that's why you got to see it twice, dude.
We'll get into that
twice. Okay, man, dude. You're just gonna ambush me on all this shit. I'm gonna try to be nice and like.
No, we're having a good time. We're having a good time because we're bros and we hang out, and this is gonna be a fun thing.
Oh, okay.
I actually have a different way that I'm approaching it once we get to that, because it's important. It's important to me to approach this in a different way. So it's for me. It's for me.
It's for you?
Yes, it's for me.
Okay. All right.
So that was not even a real intro. Summum Bonum.
Hello, Internet. How's it going?
Hello, all 200 plus or minus of you.
Yeah, man. I think, we got up to like 233 on that last one, and I only watched it 17 times. So, like, that
means it's really long. So it's like 200. It's 17 times 2.5 hours. That's a lot of time.
Got nothing better to do. Just watch you talk to me, and now
watch TV and have a couple of brews. Don't talk about anything else. We don't want to know. Anyway,
we're dedicated
to our favorite show, which is Summum Bonum.
Summum Bonum, ladies and gentlemen.
That was Black Flag, ladies and gentlemen.
Black
featuring
Flag. Anyway, welcome to the live stream.
It's not live.
You could join the chat now. We're going to be answering questions on the live stream.
Oh shit! I'm just going to be bumping into the table.
Did you accidentally unplug the live stream? And now
no, yeah, that's it. It's over. Bye, guys.
Oh, shoot. Crap.
We were going to do a live stream, and then it just fell apart.
I kicked the live stream, and it fell over.
I do have garage beer.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's good. It's just a Pilsner, light beer, basic beer, and I love the fact that, like, even on the box, I got it because I was like, garage beer, that's kind of funny. And then on the box, it says 12 beer flavored beers. And I went, I like that too. So I got this. And honestly, it's actually good. It's not very expensive. And it actually is just because, like, I'm not a big beer drinker anymore. So when I do drink beer, I just kind of want it to be like a whatever beer. Like, whatever. Doesn't matter.
You don't need it to be a whole thing. But that one did not come from a gift bag.
No, it came from my local grocery store.
Which is called what again?
HEB.
HEB.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Because we don't have those.
no, it's
Oh, Houston eating bread. Is that what it stands for?
well, you to look if you looked at us, you'd say we ate a lot of bread here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No,
Houston Eats and Bakery.
it doesn't actually stand for anything. It stands for somebody's name.
HEB. Herbert Edward Bolton.
You were 2/3 of the way there.
Oh,
Herbert Edward
Herbert Edward
Butts.
Butts. For
Yes.
real?
For real.
For real.
Herbert Edward Butts. Oh. But there's
how did I get two of them right?
But people that aren't in the know
Sure.
will think that it stands for "Here everything's better" because that's their tagline. But it actually is named after the guy that opened the store or whatever. Mr. Butts from the Butt family.
Mr. Butts. I went to school with a young lady by the name of Michelle Butts, and I thought that's so sad. That your last name is Butts. I mean, kids have got to suck. I mean, I was Smirl my whole life, and my life was horrible, but it wasn't Butts.
You get picked. I mean, I got picked on for Ivy, and now that I think back on it, I'm like, why?
Yeah, Ivy's awesome.
People would be like, "You mean like Poison Ivy?" And I'd be like,
Yeah, I do mean that.
Nice try." Jeez.
Yeah, Poison Ivy. First time I heard that one. Good.
Yeah. Anyway.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so it just goes to show you that kids will make fun of anything.
Yeah, kids are assholes for the most part.
Yeah.
But then again, so are people. They just become older assholes, and then there's us, and this is what this show is taking a break from the assholes to celebrate the greater good.
Right.
And what we've been doing, I love the fact that the past few episodes, our show has become sharing our loves with each other, which is a cool thing.
Totally
Which is actually very enjoyable because I don't do this with anybody else.
And cool.
Really,
Yes.
my wife's the only other person that ever
Right.
I watch or listen to something I wouldn't normally do because of her. That's it. She's the only other person.
Okay. Well, yeah, Sequoia, I do it for Sequoia too. And of course, that's why we're so into Doctor Who, because she's into Doctor Who. And then when you and your fucking Grave Circuit band did the Doctor Who shit, I immediately played that for Sequoia. And she's like, that's awesome. She was super into it. And I had no idea. I thought he had placed that in there, but you placed that in there for Eddie.
I did.
Dude. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just because I knew I had heard him mention that he was writing a song that was inspired by an episode of Doctor Who that he watched. And then as soon as I heard the lyrics to that song, I go, oh, this is that song. And then I went online and found, not only did that, I had to find, to put that together, I found 2 different clips and put it together as one because the quality of some of the clips is real shitty because it's older stuff,
Yep.
So I put that shit together and made it sound nice for the beginning of that.
Oh man, I made that sound nice.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, you did. You really did. And
nice.
I gotta say, what's pretty cool is that those 2 episodes that he talked about, Bad Wolf. By the way, you're just gonna have to be familiar with the rest of the things that are on Old Heads channel, and so I don't know that we're gonna explain them all to you.
I feel like anybody watching this knows some of it. So yeah,
sure. All of the plasmatic platypuses and the iron tongue depressors and
nailed it
right. And the Herbert
I thought you
Edward
watched every
Butts.
episode. You haven't memorized.
I do. Christmas Dogs, that one's easy. It's Belvedere Ball Sitters, which is just confusing to me.
But do you know where any of those actually came from?
No, because I just got on when you did the video on us. That's where I jumped on. So I've only watched everything 400 times since then.
I can tell. Well, they're all kind of 2 of them are random.
Okay.
And I don't really remember where we were just randomly saying stupid shit and then they came out. But Belvedere Ball Sitters is literally because of we were talking about a story that we had heard from another actor that was on the show, Mr. Belvedere. And they were talking about how during a script read through, Mr. Belvedere walks in to do the script read through, immediately sits on his balls, and then gets up and walks away.
Yes.
So we just started saying Belvedere Ball Sitters. And then Christmas Dogs comes from one of my favorite episodes we did, which is our Ted Nugent album ranking, where we don't actually rank any Ted Nugent. It's actually ranking the super puppy movies, the talking dog movies, Air Bud and all those.
Air Bud, yeah, the Bud flicks.
But we stay straight faced the whole time, and we keep saying our number 12 Ted Nugent is Snow Buddies.
Snow Buddies. That is a
But then like there was one point where like Eddie was talking about one of the Christmassy dog movies, and he was like, and they were just coming around like, hey, here, Christmas dog. And it made me laugh so much when the way he went Christmas dog that I was like, that's a new one we're calling everybody Christmas dogs.
Right.
So it really makes no sense whatsoever.
Okay.
It was just,
All right.
it was really just, it started off as a way, as like a signal to those who actually like watch the whole show and watch a lot of our stuff. You can literally, you don't have to keep saying great show once again. You can just say peanut butter platypus.
Right,
and then I know like, yeah, you watched the whole thing. Thank you.
Watched the whole fucking thing.
Anyway.
That's awesome.
That's another show. This is Summum Bonum, and we'll have our own.
Bonum.
If you watch the whole show, then at this point, just say, "Hey, I did it." I watched. I watched the whole show.
Come on, man. I'm gonna come up. We'll come up with something.
We're gonna come up with a special phrase at the end of the episode,
special phrase, and it's gonna be very special.
and then if you watch all the way through, and you can put the phrase that we say in the comments of the video,
Right.
you will win our utmost respect.
Right. In like everything, not just for that, but we'll respect everything you do.
You'll be completely redeemed for any bad thing you may have done ever in your life. Slate
as far as we're
clean.
concerned.
Yeah,
Right,
slate's
as far
clean.
as we're concerned. Yeah, I can't say anything for legal, for the law.
Yeah,
But
that's
other
true.
than
That's
that,
true.
yeah,
Yeah,
right,
we only our reach only goes so far,
yeah, our jurisdiction is
which is
very
like
tight.
not at all. So
right. Okay.
so here we are again.
Yeah, we're here
sharing things with each other, and I don't, and I feel like it's kind of me that I started driving this thing where I was like I like the idea of us kind of going back and forth between movies and albums because it really like
away.
keeps it fresh.
Yes.
Not that we have to do that all the time. Like if
Right.
we can do it however we want because it's our show.
Oh, we're gonna do books, Stephen.
We're gonna get into how much reading hurts my head in a minute.
Oh, you're gonna love it. We're gonna get some that are available in audiobook, and then we're still gonna talk about it.
That takes forever to listen to an audiobook.
Man, I'm gonna start with Moby Dick. It's such a good book. It's such a good book.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is.
It's
One of
so
my
good.
favorite albums of all time is based on Moby Dick. So
Oh, what album's that?
it's called Leviathan by the band Mastodon. It is an entire album about the book Moby Dick.
Okay. Yeah, that word shows up in that book. Leviathan.
Yep.
Okay. Well, then, so you're ready. It's actually a very funny book. It's funny. I thought it was going to be a dull sleep snore fest or whatever. Turns out it's hilarious. The main character is a fuck up. It's totally doing shit wrong. And then it goes into the most massively cool history of whaling, which is something that I just was like, that's bad. You know what I mean? And I never thought about it.
Yeah.
But man, the whole world used to run on whale blubber.
But
and
now
there were
there's-
millions of those things in the ocean.
But now whaling's not a thing anymore, is it? Or is it?
No, it's not good. And we shouldn't have done that. I'm not saying that we should have done that, but I am saying if you were curious at all about it's like this dude goes into it.
You could just cut that whole part out of the book. I would just keep the story going.
Oh, you mean
I don't need to know about whaling. I just,
you don't? It's pretty cool. It was one of those like revelations where it's like, oh, right. Like we didn't used to have oil at all.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have that. Like that wasn't, we didn't have lubricants. we didn't have
Everything was raw dog everywhere you
it
went.
was raw dog whale blubber. You're just putting whale blubber on your skronk and just going to town. That was all there was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So man, such a good book.
All right.
Such a good book. But anyway,
but we're talking about movies
we are today.
or films if you're fancy, I guess. But really, you can only refer to one of these as a film and the other one as a movie, I guess. So we suggested. So these movies came from. We sent each other a list of 10 of our favorite movies.
Well,
maybe
10 movies we like.
Yeah, 10 because I don't want to say that like this is your favorite movie of all time that we're talking about, but maybe it is. But
one of them.
But yeah, so So, and then we each picked one from that to have the other one watch that the other one had not seen before. Does this make sense? Yeah.
Totally.
And so my movie,
Because we're sharing. We're sharing.
yeah, we're sharing. That's what this is all
Yeah,
about.
right. Yeah.
My movie was Wayne's World, which is a. I'll talk about it when we get to it, but it's one of my favorite movies of all time. And I add a lot of weight to the, like when I talk about favorite albums and movies, I usually they're not anything newer because I've learned over the years that something that is very important to me is something that not only I enjoyed, but I enjoy it for a very long period of my life. Like it continues to bring me joy. As opposed to
stamina.
yeah, because there are things from when I was younger that I loved that did not make it to now, where I still go, oh, that's fucking great. But in my favorite things are usually things that have spent some time with me. And Wayne's World is one of those movies where it was meaningful to me as a teenager, and now it is meaningful to me in other ways as a almost 50-year-old man. And then Smirlzers, Smirkles.
Smirkle.
Smirlicious. He recommended Amélie, which is a French film, for those of you who don't know.
That's why you wanted to use the word film earlier.
French film.
French film.
Because if it's from... Yeah. And I had never seen that before. I knew of it, but that's it.
Did you?
Yes.
You did know of it. Okay.
Yes. I'll get into that too when we get into talking about it.
This is going to be an Ani DeFranco story.
I actually went and listened to a couple Ani DeFranco songs, and I was like, nah, never mind. I'm not going to.
Really?
No.
Were they new or were they older?
I went and listened to her a few of her most popular songs, which are from random albums, not from new albums.
Sure. Do you know what time period you were listening from?
The 90s, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're in the sweet spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? I mean, it's like not. It's like not every. That's the thing. Is it like not everything is for me? Doesn't mean it's bad.
Well, okay.
But that's just Anyway,
that's okay. I'll put together a playlist. Have Sequoia and Jessica put together a playlist, and then just three songs.
Three.
And three.
And if I also don't like those three songs, then we'll never have to talk about it ever again.
Well, I'm going to talk about it all the time. But that just means you don't have to change your opinion. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
I'm not. That's why That's why I say things like it's just not for me, because I don't know. 10 years from now, I might hear something in it. All of a sudden, my brain opens up, and there's the Ani DeFranco part of my brain that had been closed up because it was being, other stuff was taking up too much space in my head. You never know.
Right.
But yeah. So we both watched these movies. And we're going to talk about them. Woo!
I watched mine like 4 times.
Well, I watched mine once.
Because you've seen it already a bunch of times, correct? That's the deal.
Oh no, no.
Oh, you've watched Amélie one time.
I watched Amélie one time.
I said you got to watch these fuckers twice because you got to read it first time and then you got to watch it once.
I did pretty good at paying attention to all the things going on, but
because he talks fast sometimes, the narrator. There's a lot of information that comes.
Do you know what I figured out that was really cool too? It didn't really help that much, but I realized that like you can go to your TV settings and you can make the fucking subtitles really big.
What?
To where it's like half the screen. Wow. But they're transparent. So you can see through them. So I could like read and see, the movie going on at the same time. That was very helpful because the number one reason why I don't watch subtitled movies is because no matter what, I have a really bad headache about halfway through. My eyesight isn't, I don't need glasses to see far away. I can see perfectly fine. But something about reading off of a TV or something.
This is the second time we've said reading gives you a headache in a single episode.
Well, that's why I was talking about it. The reading gives me a headache.
Reading gives you a headache.
I don't know what it is.
Has this been something that's happened? Did you go to school and say, sorry, teacher, I just couldn't read it because I got a headache?
No, this is as I've gotten older.
This
is. I used to read. I've always been a really bad reader, like slow.
Same.
But
that's not bad.
But when I was in my 20s, I actually read a lot. But it was a lot of like, biographies and
Rock books.
books about music.
Sure. Sure.
About different artists and then about different periods of music and
Sure. Record producers.
music production. Yeah, all that kind of shit. I read a
all
lot of that
kind
shit.
stuff. Same here. Same here. Good stuff.
But
I still do. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. Have you
but it
read the
would
Peter Criss book?
what?
We got to read that Peter Criss book. That's the book I want us to read. I figure if we read a book, we read the same book and then we talk about
You
it.
don't want to read Paul Stanley's book?
No, man. I heard he reads it. So you can already hear him read it, which is just awesome.
Yeah.
Like, because that's really the only way you're going to get the best Paul Stanley experience if you hear his ass read it.
I would want him to read it like he was at a concert and he's like doing his
right.
spiel on stage.
Yeah. That may become fatiguing after a while, but I mean, for him and for me-
no.
Okay. But his attitude in the book is very snotty. At least the parts that I've listened to, he's very
Interesting.
snotty. Yeah, and whatever, he's Paul Stanley.
He's earned it.
Yeah. Okay. So, but then I have no desire to know anything that Gene has to say.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be interested, but I would like sort of the truncated version of it.
And then I read Ace's book because he was always my favorite. Or
No
whatever, and
regrets.
is that what it's called?
I read that one too. Yeah, it's called
Okay.
No Regrets. If it's the same one that
It's the same one.
his
It's the one
autobiography.
Right. That his ghostwriter wrote with him or whatever. But I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
so, and I was like, wow, man, I've always loved that guy, because he was the quietest one in the band and he never really made much of a fuss about anything. And then I always thought, well, that's very unfair how Paul and Gene treated him. I mean, he's just Ace Frehley. And then you read that book and you're like, wow, he was fucking up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude was fucking up, man. And
Yeah.
no wonder they were like, get the fuck out, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I love you, but get the fuck out. You know what I mean? And I was like, whoa. I was shocked. But anyway, I
Yeah.
still love
Yeah.
him. Well, actually, I don't love him because now he's a Trump guy, isn't he?
Who, Ace?
I think he is.
I mean,
I
haven't.
don't know,
If he
man.
is, I haven't heard that.
Okay.
I know for sure Paul Stanley isn't.
Isn't?
Oh no, yeah, Paul Stanley has online bashed a lot of right wing
Okay.
shit.
And then, but Gene, though.
I don't think Gene's really said anything.
No, I think he said stuff.
I think Gene's one of those unfortunate people that probably is friends with Donald Trump, but probably doesn't agree with him, and is kind of stuck in this. Because that's the thing I've seen about older Hollywood dudes is a lot of them are friends with him, and now it's all like, oh, this is awkward,
Right. But I'm not assuming that Gene Simmons is in any way woke.
I don't know. I think you'd be surprised.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I haven't. The thing is, I haven't heard enough to say one way or the other. Like you can make assumptions all you want, but I don't know for sure.
I feel like he's spoken at the Pentagon and stuff. He's like a real pro-military, pro-America, which is fine. You get to be or whatever. But anyway, I don't want to read his book. But the
he
Peter
may
Criss
be
book,
he may be like old school conservative, maybe. So maybe he is like pro
and he's
military,
and he's a fucking
conflict.
capitalist. We know that.
Well, yeah.
He's a fucking capitalist, boy.
He's reaped the benefits.
Right. And but anyway, I read an excerpt from Peter Criss's book, Make Up to Break Up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Make Up to Break Up, and that sounds like the one.
Okay.
Like if you're gonna get the dirt.
Yeah. But I mean, the reason my problem with a lot of those books is that I never know who's telling the truth. That's why The Dirt by Motley Crue is one of my favorite books of all time, because the way that it's written, it's interviews with all of them and they contradict each other and they will point out the contradictions, or the next chapter will be like, that's complete bullshit what that guy said. And so it's this really fun book where it's like goes into all these ridiculous stories of excess and debauchery and whatnot.
Sure, I bet.
But the way that it's written, it just sounds like a band of dudes that are they're jerk offs. They're jerk offs to each other.
Right. Oh, of course they are.
So
I bet
and
they
so,
are for sure. Yeah. Totally.
So it's a fun book, and the movie adaptation is actually really fun.
Oh, do you have beers in a bowl of ice over there?
Nah, it's just a bowl.
It's not a helmet.
No. I should buy a helmet just for that purpose. Actually,
beer
what I'm
helmet?
going to do
That'd
is I'm
be
going to buy
cool.
one of those helmets that you put beers on either
That's a beer
side.
helmet. Right.
Yeah.
Then you
Yeah.
just keep them up there.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
But I'm already on
I don't
beer
know
number 2, so this is going to be a fun one.
Oh man, it is going to be a fun one. So hey, where do you want it? Since you, what do you want to do with this? Where do you want to go with this, Steven?
I don't care. I want you to tell me. What did we do last time? Last time we did movies. Who went first?
You did, and then you made me feel better about myself by doing the record first.
Oh,
You did
okay.
that, so you've gone first both times.
Would you feel better about me just going first?
Nope, I can totally go first this time if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind.
Okay, last time we kind of break. Oh, there it is. I saw that Eddie has the double VHS in a
Yeah, both movies.
box.
But mine's old school. Not only that, it's from
Oh,
McDonald's.
it's a. Oh, that movie was given away as a promotion for something.
No, in the 90s, there was a brief period of time where McDonald's would sell a few popular VHS movies that you could come into the store and you could buy, like you buy your Happy Meal and you get Wayne's World for $5.99 or some shit like that, some real low, probably $9.99, something like that. But I happened to find a McDonald's copy of Wayne's World on VHS, which is very cool, and my dogs love it.
Oh, yeah. Does it have a closed caption option?
Yeah, it does. But yeah,
Wayne's
I just
World.
love looking at old tape
Yeah, they're
stuff. It's
very
just
good.
I've gotten to the point where like like V it's so weird. I think I've talked about this on episodes of stuff, and so
Right.
you've probably heard me say it. But me, like 15, 20 years ago, I hated VHS because I'm like, I don't want to watch a pan and scan version of a movie that's cut
Yes.
into a square. I want to
Square.
watch it widescreen like the director
Yeah.
intended.
Hmm.
And now I'm like, never mind. This is like better. Like for some
Right.
reason, it taps into that part of me where, like, I guess as shit gets shittier in our country, these things are like giving me this comfort of taking me back at least for an hour and a half to 2 hours. I'm like,
Sure.
oh, this is this. Remember when like I wasn't worried about shit and I wasn't stressed out,
Right.
and
Hmm.
movies just looked like a square. And
Movies are a square. That's what they
yeah,
are. Yeah, and you probably even like to rewind them.
oh, I love rewinding
Do
them.
you have a separate rewinder? So you can save
My
that motor on your VCR
yeah,
or or do you have a VCP? Do
my
you have a
wife's mom got me that at a resale.
Fantastic. Do you have a VCR or a VCP?
VC. What the fuck is a VCP?
Video cassette player.
Don't they both play cassettes?
They do, but one of them records and the other one does not.
I think mine records, but I don't know for sure because I've never recorded anything on it. It
Okay.
just
It was a
played on.
cheaper version. It was a cheaper version of something that probably the industry pushed on people so they couldn't record.
Oh no! I think this one is like a Sony from the '90s, I believe. Very good quality. I bought so many different VHSs from like eBay and people, and they were like shitty. And I finally found one that was like in really good shape, and so that's not my go-to. Anyway,
I
Wayne's
got a
World,
brand new one. I got a brand new one in the box
brand new.
with a DVD player on the other side. I'm
Oh,
very
okay.
excited. No, I
Okay.
don't go. Oh, okay. That was just it was a very good score. It was free. It was in the box.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if it hasn't been, that's fucking great.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying.
I don't even have a DVD player.
Oh, I got a DVD player.
Yeah.
I got
Oh,
two DVD.
I take that back. I have a DVD player, but it's in my record room, and I use it as a CD player.
Oh, nice. Very good. That's awesome. That's awesome.
But that's it. So anyway, Wayne's World. Let me.
Wayne's World.
Here's
Okay.
what I want to do, because when I talk about your movie,
Yeah.
I want to start off like we did with the album, with you bringing me your history and your feeling and why this movie is important to you. Now, do you
Okay.
want me to do the same, or do you want me to wait till you're
Yes,
done?
I want. No, you go. You can go for it.
Okay, so let's take it back.
Oh,
You go. Let's take it back to 1992.
1992.
I was in eighth grade. This was
Great year.
the end of my eighth grade year, so right before high school. And then my eighth grade year had been really fucking weird because so this movie came out, I believe, in like February of '92 or something like that.
It was
And
very early on,
and
January. It could be even
and
January.
literally just several months prior to that,
Hmm.
there were the yogurt shop murders.
Oh, right. I wanted to talk to you about that.
Yes.
Just like I saw your Instagram
Yes.
thing about the
Yeah.
you in that picture of you in the movie.
Well, it's a video, but you
You're
see
like
me for like
famous.
you see me for like 5 seconds in the yogurt shop murderers
Okay.
murderers
Murderous.
documentary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so like I don't know if you know the story about that, but four girls were raped and murdered and burned
I
down
don't like it.
in a yogurt shop,
I don't like it.
literally walking
Ah,
distance from my house. So
okay.
I could have walked there
Ah,
in like less than 5 minutes. It was that close to my house. So anyway, one of the girls sat in front of me in Spanish class. I knew her. She was in junior high. The other three girls were in high school. Anyway, it
did they work there?
two of them did. The other two were going there to visit while they closed up and then go home.
Oh, I'm totally not gonna watch this documentary.
Yeah, it's not a
Oh,
very good documentary because it wastes so much time repeating shit
okay.
to make it last for 4 episodes when it really could have just been two. But I won't say anything else about the actual case. That in case
Thank
you
you.
actually want to at least go read up on it, you can do that. But
Okay.
from my point of view, it fucked me up as a 12-year-old kid.
It's fucking me up right now.
Yeah. So
Okay.
so I guess no, I guess I would have been 13 when that happened. So
Sure.
so when going into the last half, like the spring semester of 8th grade, I feel like, and I didn't think about this at the time, but I feel like me and my friends, but me especially, needed something to like pick me up because like, I'm literally my entire life, like, and after that, tragedy happened for a couple months, I didn't want to leave my house. And I literally stayed in my house or in my backyard listening to Nevermind by Nirvana over and over again because that album had just come out. And it was like the most important music in the world to me. That was what was getting me through it. But I needed like a pick me up, like something fun and cool needed to happen. And I just didn't know it. And I was already a fan of Saturday Night Live. I watched Saturday Night Live all the time. And there was a Wayne's World sketch on Saturday Night Live. And I distinctly remember I'm in typing class in the morning in 8th grade. And in my typing class was my first period. And they used to play a news program on the wall television called Channel One. And that was, they would do like a little 10-minute news program that was geared towards young people to let you know what's going on in the world. But they would also have commercials. And I remember the 30-second ad for Wayne's World, the movie, came on. And I was just like, well, shit, I'm going to go see that this weekend. That looks fun. I like Wayne's World. That's a fun sketch. Let's go. So my friends and I went weekend it came out to see Wayne's World. And immediately it was like the best thing in the world to me because it was a fun movie that in many ways was pretty original for its time.
Mm-hmm.
And it spoke directly to me. Like it literally felt like a movie that was made for me and my buddies.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, I'd never really had that before. Like there was like Bill and Ted prior to that, but I was a little younger. And so Bill and Ted still felt geared towards teenagers. But at this point I was a teenager.
Okay.
And so everything about the movie, the music, the jokes, the irreverence of it all, excuse me, really like spoke to me and just like really just like lifted me up out of like my funk and was like very important. And I saw it like 3 more times in the theater at least. I remember I took my mom to see it. I took my brother to see it. And I went to go see it with some other friends. I liked it so much. I think it was for my birthday. I had a bunch of friends stay over at my house and we went to go see Wayne's World again. Nope. I saw it 5 times in the theater. So I liked it so much. I snuck a cassette recorder in my pants and
Okay.
recorded the entire movie just
Dialogue.
so I could listen to it later.
Perfect.
So it came out in video. I had it at the time on VHS back when I had originally had VHSs, but it just has always been a movie that I've loved. And over the years, a few years will pass and I'll throw it on again. Is this movie still as funny to me? Oh, fuck yeah, it is. And honestly, probably about like, I don't know, maybe it was like 3 or 4 years ago. There had been a gap in time of me watching the movie and I watched it with my wife. And I just remember like watching it and saying, is this like just a bunch of nostalgia or is this really still that great of a movie? And she's like, no, it's great. And I'm like, okay, so this movie is like lasted so long for me,
Right.
but still like things will happen in the movie and I go, that's fucking genius. Or that the timing of that is fucking great. The editing there is great or whatever it is. But then there's also the little nostalgic bits that like
Sure.
just feel really good. This is a movie that like plays out like a song for me. Like I
Oh,
know
right.
where the words are going to go with the music.
Sure.
I know how it goes.
Okay.
So
Yeah, they did that. They did that. They edited, I think, two music. Like
sometimes,
literally.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
very, yeah, it was tight. It was tight like
Well, the director of the movie is Penelope Spheris.
right, who I admire greatly.
So there you go. She did other not so great movies as well, but she also did some classics. But
Well, the two that are in my heart forever are, of course, Decline of the Western Civilization. The first one.
and the second one,
Well, the second
second
one was
one's
good.
is one of the best movies ever made.
Okay, well, I'll have to see it again. I remember I was not attached to any of the people that were in the movie, and so it didn't do
Yeah.
anything for me, but I was attached to the band members in the first one, so it did do something for me.
Yeah.
And I also really loved her movie Suburbia, which was on that was like in my circle, like if you're at a house or you're something, someone's just everyone had a copy of Suburbia. We knew the TSOL songs and all the shit was in there, the Vandals and all those great, I hate buses and all the fucking lines and all that stuff. Yeah, that's like a song for me. I love that movie.
She did. Have you seen Dudes?
I have not seen Dudes.
That's another great one that's prior to Wayne's World. That's got it's got a punk rock thing. Lee Ving is in the movie. You know, he's
Okay, great. Okay.
but it's got John Cryer and
Okay. John
who's
Cryer.
the other guy?
Is that Ducky dude?
Ducky? Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
but he's not very Ducky at all in this. He's a punker in this one.
Oh yeah, he's not a new waver like he
Nah.
was in.
Nah.
None of that
Anyway,
new wave bullshit.
so the movie, that's why the movie is one of my favorites of all time, because it made that transition from being a very important movie for me at a time when I needed it and it spoke to me. But the fact that it still remains a movie that, I mean, I put it on again like a few nights ago and I was utterly entertained, and I've seen it 100 times maybe. I don't know.
Right, a lot.
So that says something about the movie. Like I can't speak for some sort of like cinephile, like, is it good? I don't know. I just know how it feels to me and how it looks to me. As a person that knows, I know a good deal about filmmaking and the process of filmmaking and editing and sound design and all that shit. I look at a movie like this and I can still look at it and go, this is very well done for this particular type of thing. But that's just me.
Yes, I think Penelope's expertise in movie making and narrative telling stitched that movie together really, really well. And it's interesting to read that there was maybe some problems between her and Mike Myers, and that's why she didn't do the second one or whatever.
Yeah.
But whereas I would have just said, yeah, no, you did a great job.
I
If
don't
I was
really
Mike Myers,
remember
but I'm not Mike Myers.
what their beef was. They don't have any beef anymore. Whatever it was, I've seen them on panels together talking, and like they're fine.
sure,
But I don't know what at the time was the problem. But
Okay.
anyway, so that's why I suggested that movie to you, which you said you had not seen.
I had not seen it. Not seen it.
And one of my favorite memories, though, of just before you even begin, the fifth time I saw the movie in the theater, I distinctly remember that you could buy like Wayne's World hats at the store.
Oh, nice.
And I had a Wayne's World T-shirt. I
Great.
was a scraggly blonde-haired guy. My friend had longish black hair. He
Gotcha.
wore his Wayne hat. I wore my
you
white Wayne's World T-shirt. We went up to the theater thinking that we were like the coolest fucking people, and we walked up to the guy working at the front booth or whatever, and we were like, "Can you guess what movie we're here to see?" And the guy was just like, $10.
Oh, nice.
He didn't give a fuck. He was just like, "You fucking dumbass kids."
Oh, that is so good.
And then we went, and then not only that, we were so obnoxious because we had decided in our heads that Wayne's World was now going to be the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
And of course. So you were shouting shit out in the movie?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, motherfucker.
And
man.
we were headbanging along with
$10.
them in the car and shit.
Wow.
And people were so annoyed at us, and we were just like, "Motherfucker, the movie's been out for a month, okay?"
Right.
That's back when movies used to stay at the theater for a long time if they were doing well.
I fucking love that, dude. That whole
Anyway.
thing where you think you have something so cool, and
Yeah.
then it's just fucking shit on.
We're
me.
just annoying. We're just annoying little shits.
Oh, it's like my whole life. Oh, oof. All right.
This just reminded me of another
What
movie
is he
story.
like-
Now
what
I
is
have to
he
go
like-
to
Okay.
another embarrassing movie story from when I was younger.
Okay.
The movie
Wait, you want me to watch this movie so you can tell it before that?
No.
What's the movie?
The movie Batman from 1989 with Michael Keaton.
Okay, that I saw.
Okay.
Okay.
Another movie that I saw numerous times in the theater because I loved it. But I saw the movie so many times, and then the movie went to the Dollar Theater, and there was a Dollar Theater right down the street from my house.
Okay.
So as soon as that happened, I went, "I'm gonna see Batman like 10 more times." But
Sure you are.
all of a sudden in the movie, because remember you used to go to the newspaper to look for movie times. Remember
Yes.
that
Well,
back
man,
in the day,
phone number.
and that too.
You have that phone number?
Yeah, but I would go to the paper, because my dad always had the paper at the house.
Sure.
So in the, it was called The Village was the name of the theater. And it had the little section, the Village Cinema. And at the very bottom of it, it said, "Come see our Bat Cave." And I'm just like, oh. And so like, I just went one day and I wasn't even planning to go to the movie. Cause I feel like they had the Bat Cave and maybe like I'd already seen Batman the week before. So I don't know. Either way, I just walked to the theater to come see the Batcave, like it said in the ad. So I get up to the
worked
booth.
on you.
What?
It worked on you.
It did work.
That ad worked.
But the thing is, I wasn't coming to see a movie, though, unfortunately for them.
Sure. Well,
so I show up to the booth, and I literally just say, "I'm here to see the Batcave." And the guy's like, okay, come in here." And the Batcave was literally, they had just decorated the doorway to one theater. It was like paper mache. And so it made it look kind of like an entrance to a cave, but that was the fucking Batcave. And I felt so embarrassed because I'm just like, oh, okay, well, great Batcave, bye.
Yeah, great Batcave. Wow.
Why would you put that in the ad? Come see our Batcave, which is just a doorway into a theater.
Sure. So you would show up. Apparently, I mean, they were like, "Hey, do you think Steven will come if we do this?"
Some kid that has no life whatsoever.
He's been here 10 times.
He's already seen the movie a shitload of times. He's coming to see the Batcave.
Yeah, let's go see if we can get him.
To be fair, they already got my $1 to $2 when I came there plenty of times. Anyway,
fucking selling overpriced candy.
I saw so many movies there I didn't even want to see just because I was bored and I went to the Dollar Theater.
$1.
Yeah, I saw fucking Little Mermaid and I never would have seen that movie otherwise. And
It turned out you were a big fan.
No, not at all. But it was fine. It's fine.
Okay.
I remember seeing No Holds Barred, the Hulk Hogan movie at the Dollar Theater.
Wow.
It's fucking awful. Even as a kid, I'm like, this movie's fucking awful.
Right.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
R.I.P.
The memories are coming everywhere, all over me. because
Okay. They're
because of
coming
Wayne's.
all over me. The
They
memories
are.
are coming all over me.
They are.
It's like a bukkake party.
So anyway, so now it's interesting
Okay.
to, and my phone is all like my Siri's like, are you talking to me? I'm like, bitch, I'm not talking to you.
No, I'm not talking to you. No, I'm not
So
talking to
anyway,
you, AI assistant.
so I first saw the movie when I was 13 years old, whatever,
Okay.
and now you're first seeing it as a
I'm
62-year-old man. What are
Yes,
you?
thanks a lot. I really appreciate that. That's really good. You're so nice to me. And I should be old head. I saw the movie for the first time at 57 years old.
57.
Yeah. So the reason, okay, so
Don't look a
I
day
guess we,
older than 56 and a half.
right. So I guess maybe so okay, so like you and you are better at not talking about things that we're going to talk about than I am.
Oh, yeah.
Because I like as soon as stuff happens to me, I'm like, I gotta tell somebody, and so and I gotta know
And I'm your
immediately.
only
Now this
friend,
is
so you have
and
to
yeah,
message
right.
me.
What the only friend that wanted me to watch Wayne's World, and so
Okay,
I
fine.
figured I was gonna be like, because I tried to get Jessica to watch it with me. I was like, hey, do you want to watch it with me? And she says no, and I said
Tell
why?
her
She
I'm
goes,
offended.
no. She said why? I said she goes well because I've seen it already, and I was
Oh,
like,
she saw it
oh, okay.
already.
Yeah, she saw it back in the, and I was like, oh, did you like it? She goes, yeah, I thought it was funny for the time, but I mean, I don't need to see it again.
What
And
about
I
your
was like,
kid?
no, I
Your
don't
kid
think
didn't want
she's
to
seen
watch
it.
it?
No, 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 no. Oh, I know why. Because I have this fucking annoying taking notes problem. And so I'll take a
Oh,
note and I'll stop and I'll have to write down something and blah, blah, blah. And then because I told you, she said, what are you doing? Like I was in there watching first
my
grade.
job.
Yeah. My assignment. I'm doing my homework. Right.
Yeah.
Not even a fucking grade. But anyway, so
I'll grade you at the end.
okay, thanks a lot. You're going to give me a bad grade, probably. No, I feel horrible that I'm going to be mean to this movie now because it's so important to you.
Don't worry.
I'm not going to be mean to it.
Oh,
I'm not gonna
I
be.
would, if you were mean, I would
I
be fascinating.
no, I'm well, first of all, okay, look. Okay, so here's what I was going to say about this. The reason that you are so good at not talking. You like even sent the emoji with the zipper mouth on it and I'm like, "Ooh, I'm not going to be able to." And so I wanted to know how old you were. And I could have just done the math because we're 10 years apart, but
Yeah.
whatever. So you're 14, I'm 24. In 1991 or 2 or whatever,
92.
I'm on tour.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
like the height of the stick thing. That's like bong, so this movie didn't, so I bet I was wondering if you were curious about why I had never seen this movie.
Well, probably because it's also, you're also not really the demographic for this movie at that point.
I'm not?
No, it's
Okay.
not.
Oh, no, yeah,
It's
no,
not
I'm
really
not.
a
I'm
college
not.
kid movie or
No,
even a
it's not a
band
college.
kid movie.
No, no. So, but I didn't say that to be like, oh, I was in sick. I didn't have time to see Wayne's World.
Oh
That's
no,
not what that's not what I said. That's
that's the
not how I
best
said that.
excuse in the world. Like you're off living my dream, you know. But
Okay.
it's
Sure,
so
sure, sure, sure. And I was sad about it.
about what? About living my dream?
Just, I was
Jeez.
just being a fucking loser. But anyway,
In '92, you would have been in Kill Whitey, though, right?
no, 92. Wasn't that when the No Groovy video came out? I think it
No,
was
that was
1992.
93.
93. So then no, Kill Whitey was in no, I don't think so.
Because Heavy Bag came out in '93, which would lead me to believe that the video came out in '93 as well.
Well, you sure are a lot better at remembering my life. I appreciate that.
Yeah, just so you
Yeah.
know. But I
Okay,
mean, I guess Stick would have been a
92,
thing. So
right. I guess I could have been in Kill Whitey. I guess the transition could have been happening. I guess maybe that's why I didn't see Wayne's World.
you had a
But
lot
whatever.
going on.
I had a lot going on. So look, so we have often talked that if you like something and it speaks to you, it's because you saw it at a certain age, at a certain time in your life.
Yep.
And so here we go. This could not be a more blatant example for you about Wayne's World because you were 14
14.
and you were traumatized by
Oh,
the
yeah.
yogurt shop murders.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you needed a thing to happen, and then bam, here it was.
Yep.
And so fantastic. I as well have things like this, though I don't know that I have anything as tragic as that fucking story
Yeah.
that happened to me. But I will say that of course, like I don't know, from grade school up to probably up through sixth grade for sure. You had to know all the movie lines, you had to know all the things, you had to know, Monty Python's The Holy Grail, and
Yeah.
you had to know all the skits from Saturday Night Live. It was like a thing that got regurgitated all the time, kids on a playground and all that kind of stuff. You tried to make each other laugh with certain lines if something happened in your real life, and you could say swing. I guess I don't know. I never said swing, but I guess
Now
you
you
may have
will say
probably.
that every time you
Right
see
now,
your just significant other, you
I'll go
should say
swing,
swing.
swing.
Just
Okay,
start doing it.
so right. So I am gonna say like so I'm watching this movie and I'm like, oh, okay, I think I've seen okay, so here's the deal. I stopped watching Saturday Night Live somewhere in the 80s because I just was tired of it and it wasn't very good.
The
And I
'80s was rough for that show.
Well, I feel that there are people who say that the 80s are rough. And so maybe that was one of the reasons. It seemed like they were trying a lot of different stuff and it wasn't really, it was because if you were there when it happened, and I I'm not saying this to be, oh, I was there the first episode but I was.
Yeah.
And so when that wackiness happens for the first time, because that show blew up pretty hardcore and it did launch a lot of people's careers because it was a very watched show and
Yeah.
that classic lineup of people who I'm sure nobody cares about now. But I mean,
What do
that
you
was
mean? What do you mean? They just made an
well, I
entire
don't.
fucking movie about them.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, great. You know what I mean? Great. But Gilda Radner and Lorraine Newman and Garrett Morris and
Yeah,
they had all
just John Belushi and Dan
sure. And
Aykroyd,
Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase, right? And all those guys, and it was amazing. I mean, I probably watched it up through when Eddie Murphy was on it.
who was also a big juggernaut off of that show.
Right. And I saw his movies and all that kind of stuff. And so somewhere after when Eddie left, I probably didn't really watch the show anymore.
Well, it's because
Do we know what year that would be?
Yeah, so Eddie Murphy, even Eddie Murphy's time, the show for as a whole wasn't doing that well. He was like the thing that was breathing life into the show. And then as soon as he left, they hit rock bottom again. And eventually by the end of the 80s, they had built up a cast of people that brought viewers back because you had like Dana Carvey and
When did Tim Kaczynski and all that kind of stuff?
who the fuck is
remember.
Tim Kaczynski?
See, there you go. Never mind.
Tim Meadows?
Okay, so no, I think his name was Tim. He was a little guy, Tim Kaczynski or whatever. I think that was his name. He always did. He. Okay, whatever. We'll look it up. If anyone knows Tim Kaczynski in the chat.
I don't know.
Oh, we're not doing a chat because it's not live.
Sorry, guys.
Okay. All right. So
Is it Ted Kaczynski you're thinking about? That was that's the Unabomber.
No, I know. You like I don't know the why would I not know the Unabomber? Okay, so so that was I sat down and I watched the movie.
Yeah.
And I watched the movie all the way through and I didn't laugh one time. I was like, okay, I was waiting for something to well actually that's not true. When Dana Carvey sees that lady and the fan blows on her hair and then he falls over on his back and then he gets up and he's like, I fell over. I really laughed at that part. And I'm sorry, I laughed at another part when they're in the car doing the bohemian thing or whatever, and he moves his mouth to the wrong words.
Yes.
And I thought, genius.
Those are funny moments, but there's other moments I'm like, surely he laughed at this. No, I guess not.
No, I didn't. Because so I watched the whole movie and I'm very perplexed because I'm like, I know you like this movie and I'm not going to sit here and I know what you said before. Hey man, I really like it, but that doesn't mean that somebody else is going to like it. And if you say you don't like it, well then that's a big deal. You don't like it or whatever. So I'm like, okay. And we've been talking about Metallica and we've tried to do some Metallica stuff. And I think I met you like a quarter of the way on some of the Metallica stuff. And so I'm very interested, in erasing bigotry and dealing with the past and trying to make sure like, oh, why do I not like something? Is it is there a reason?
Yeah.
Do I have a reason that I don't like it? Or have I formulated some idea that I'm just tenaciously sticking to about what I feel about this thing? So I really wanted to be open-minded about the whole thing.
Yeah.
And so I just watched the whole movie and I was like, wow. So then you have to understand, I'm seeing it for the first time in 2025.
You make it sounds like the future when you say it like that.
Right. But
2025.
so that five. So I'm not gonna do the math, but even if a movie came out in '95, that's a fucking long time ago. That's 30 years ago,
30.
right?
Yeah.
30. Yeah. Okay. So whatever it did then, whatever
Mm-hmm.
whatever ground it broke or whatever
It really didn't
rule
break any ground. It was just,
whatever rules it did or whatever broke or whatever mold it broke, whatever new thing, whatever innovation it had, whatever it was doing that made everybody like it. And I looked it up, and that movie was fucking popular.
yeah,
That was like a huge grossing movie.
relaunched Queen's popularity.
Totally. I mean,
Yeah.
that movie was like universally loved.
Yeah.
Like Siskel and Ebert
Yes.
loved that movie. And I'm like, wow, wow. So I'm like, I'm talking with Jessica, poor Jessica. She just said, so I'm like, man, I'm trying to figure this fucking thing out. I don't understand. Like, why is it not landing? Like, why is it not funny for me? Like, why don't I care? What is happening? What language are they not speaking? What is going on? And I'm like, I mean, certainly I like buddy movies. Like I like
Yeah.
Abbott and Costello, and I like Laurel and Hardy. I like Tom and Jerry. I was okay with fucking
So as long as it's fucking 80
Big
years
Shaggy.
old, you're okay with it.
Cheech and Chong. Sure. I mean, Laverne and Shirley, which they ape. I loved that show. I watched
Yeah.
that show. All this stuff. So I'm all into this, and like, okay, there's single people that I'm totally into, like the Charlie Chaplins, and there's group people like the Three Stooges, or there's like, or the Marx Brothers, or whatever. So I'm like, okay, I get all this. But then I was like, wait a minute, man. Like, okay, when did this change for me? Like, when did I stop
Liking
being
funny things.
when was I bored with this style of humor? When did
Sure.
I become? When
Probably
did I
the
go,
80s.
Like, I've seen this before and I don't care.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say I think it was Bill and Ted. Like Bill and Ted came out, and I'm like, I am absolutely under no circumstances gonna go see Bill and Ted. Like I don't give
And that's
a
an
fuck.
amazing movie. Both of them.
Because
Both of them.
Keanu Reeves at that point was like I don't care. Like later
Isn't
when
it
they made-
funny how he's come full circle? People love
he
that
really
dude
has.
now.
No, they love him now. And I also do. So I mean, I get it. I should maybe go back and see it. But I figured it out, dude. I figured this fucking thing out. Most movies have a plot and a cast who are acting, and they tell a story.
Yes.
There's a comic relief. There's a person in there like Aliens. Oh, we're fucked, man. Bill Paxton's character. Oh, anyone ever mistaken you for a man? That whole all that shit he says.
Yep.
He's the comic relief, but there's this whole thing going on about aliens and fucking the whole. And then you're like, okay, great. What they decided to do, I think at some point, is they just gave Scooby and Shaggy the whole fucking movie. And I was like, okay. And I'm like, so I was explaining this to Jessica. Is this like a buddy film? Is it like, okay. And she's like, no, you are not categorizing this correctly. What this is a Saturday Night Live sketch that was stretched out into an entire film. And I was like, right.
She's right and wrong. But yes.
Okay. Well, I'm like, that's the issue. Like the only other one was the Blues Brothers, and quite honestly, I don't really like the Blues Brothers that much. I've
Holy
tried to like the Blues
shit.
Brothers, and that one even came from back then. I certainly love Aretha Franklin and that scene and stuff like that.
Oh, that
and I certainly
movie's-
liked the Blues Brothers when they were on the show.
Yeah.
And I had that Blues Brothers record, and I to this day sing Rubber Biscuit. I mean, that's like I have Blues Brothers in my head.
Yeah.
But I think what happened was I was too young, like you were saying about teenagers or whatever. I was too young when I was exposed to them. Their goofy side.
Yeah.
I mean, and I love John Belushi,
Uh-huh.
and I loved Animal House. There are so many boobs in that movie.
Yeah. Which
And I loved boobs when I was a kid. And so I associated John Belushi with boobs. I loved the Samurai Guy. I loved his humor. I loved John Belushi. I loved everything about so
Yeah.
but I didn't really get the Blues Brothers movie. And then later I was like, oh, there's an entire group of black people in Chicago that have been playing blues their entire life, and they're going to make the fucking movie about these two guys. And so I was like, okay. So I just detached. I would have rather
Well,
seen a movie that starred
now
black
I
people
feel like you
playing the
didn't really
blues
see the
than I
Blues
was-
Brothers because that's not really.
Well, kind of. It's not like everyone else's faces were bigger than theirs on the poster or whatever. And I live in this fucking town, and there are Blues Brothers. Like
Yeah.
there's like Dan and Jim, like in those resin life-size statues in the airport and stuff. And they've made this whole thing. And yes, Buddy Guy gets his 2 cents. Of course he does. I'm just saying that. Okay, whatever. So
Among many others, like not only that, the people
no.
in their band, absolute,
Okay.
actual.
Okay.
But the thing is that sometimes movies are so like the people that made the movie were so just high off their ass and like nothing is being taken seriously.
Okay.
That you can't add weight to these movies because like so you say the reason I say that she was half wrong about it just being a Saturday Night Live sketch because what is Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke? What is that?
Well, yeah, their albums were all based off of sketches.
But the movie, what is that? Like it's not based on a sketch from their thing, but it's still just Shaggy and Scooby for 90 minutes and there's barely a story. But that's not the point of the movie though.
No.
And with the Blues Brothers, if you really break it down, the story of the Blues Brothers is so fucking simple and they made a 2.5 hour epic fucking movie that costs I don't even know that movie can never be made today because it would cost so much money. All the fucking legendary people in that movie. One of the craziest fucking car chases in any movie I've ever seen is in that movie. Sure. But they like so. But I think that there's certain types of movies that aren't for that. Like that's not what they're trying to do. There was no point where the Blues Brothers were the saviors of blues or were the face of blues, because they're technically idiots through the majority of the movie.
But they became that.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
Well, not in the movie. In the movie, that wasn't the point of the movie.
Right. Right.
If other people assign that, I don't.
Okay.
That's weird.
Okay.
There should be a statue of Buddy Guy there or something.
They have songs that were on radio, whereas like blues groups did not have songs on radio. At least by the time that.
Well, that's just racism.
So, hey, look.
That's racism.
Well, agreed. Mm-hmm. Okay, so, and I get it, star power or something, and you know what? I don't even really know that movie so well. I haven't seen it probably since Cinemax was a thing, and or HBO or whatever. And my friend had HBO, and we would have slumber party over there and put a frozen pizza in the oven and drink Coke. And
good times.
Okay, so that being said,
yep.
This movie was not written for me. It was not.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, what I traced it down to is this, and this is what, when I evolved and my group of friends evolved out of just doing sketches and movie scenes.
Yeah.
Okay. Where we would launch off into fits of imagination about things that were happening in front of us, and wouldn't this be cool if like this, and da 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 da. And we started to create as people, and we started to come up with our own little language, and we started to call back jokes that we had from earlier, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I think that's a developmental stage in a kid's life,
sure,
where you stop emulating and you start creating. And then you get in that little world, and then you think, oh, well, what if this and this and this? And you know what I mean? And it gets okay. So what happened at Fast Times with Ridgemont High, which was another cast of people who were telling you a story that had a comic relief in it, which of course, Spicoli. So, that's my skull, and isn't it our time, Mr. Hand, and all that kind of stuff, like all that stuff. Okay. It kind of turned out where like the whole rest of that movie kind of like faded back, and he became this thing. And granted, that was the power of his performance and direction of that movie and where he was placed and all that other kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And didn't he even say excellent? Didn't he say that stuff? Like I felt like by the time. I
You
feel like
may
by the
have.
time Wayne's and World got around, they were just acting like fucking whatever Spicoli,
Well,
but
they also
without the
said
drugs.
excellent in Bill and Ted, that which was 4 years prior, or
Okay.
something, prior
Okay.
to Wayne's World as
So
well.
I call it the spicolification of America. American youth were spicolified. And it began to annoy me because I was like, no, I'm not talking about Fast Times at Ridgemont High. This is not, it's like, oh yeah, your band sounds like so and so. And you're like, no, it doesn't, because that's not what I'm doing. And I don't like that band. And that is not what's happening. So fuck off.
So,
Okay. What I'm doing is what I'm doing. And I
can
don't
I
want to talk to
interject?
you about, you can if you want to, but I'm on a roll. Okay. Go
I
ahead.
like this, but I think I know what's happening here.
Okay.
I think the exact same reasons why you didn't like Metallica are the same reasons you didn't like the quote unquote spicolification of these characters, because they're all related to the same kind of crowd. Because there were other movies made that were very similar that just weren't rock and roll dudes. So you're in the world of rock and roll, but you're not in that world of rock and roll, and that world annoys you, which I understand because there's areas of that annoy me too.
Okay.
But I feel like you could point at a whole bunch of movies that were different types of characters. They just didn't happen to be surfer rock and roll, morons. There were other kinds of morons that you could. I mean, if you want to make that point, you could say the fucking Marx Brothers. It's like, or it's just like there's, But I feel like you would come in contact with these fucking annoying ass fucking people, and then now those annoying ass fucking people were the stars of movies. you know
Well, okay, kind of. Sure. Yes. No. Because I mean, it cannot be undersold how brutal the rock guys were
yeah,
in that time period. They
exactly. And
were
yeah,
they were the jocks of other movies, like certainly there were the guys in the leather jackets who were a little bit older than you are, that were on a football team or something, and they would fuck with you at a video game arcade. And it was always like they were, you were on your 10 speed and they were in their car. And I don't think there's anyone in America who grew up in that time period who doesn't understand the dynamic I'm talking about. You're
yeah,
trying to go into the world,
yeah,
you're trying to have fun with your friends, you're trying to do something, and you encounter a shithead. I think
yes.
that the shithead is a major character in a lot of movies.
And the shitheads will ruin everything for
And they
you.
will fucking fuck you up. They will take your bike from you. They will push you down. They will hold you till you can't breathe. They will fucking call you faggot, faggot, faggot. They will
Yeah,
go. They will go to town on you
and they will,
because that's cruel. They're
and they will,
cruel and brutal. And a lot of them were in rock t-shirts, smelled like cigarette smoke, were totally
yeah.
high, and had muscle cars.
So
Do you know what
there,
I'm saying?
so there you go.
Like,
So
fuck
they could
those guys.
they're so
What?
awful
Right.
to you in this
Oh my
important
God.
part of your
Sure,
growth
sure, sure.
that they can cause you to hate
Sure.
an entire genre of
Right.
music,
Or
or an entire,
disengage.
or just completely
Yes.
leave it behind.
Disengage. Yes.
Exactly.
Right. Yes.
So
Yes. Okay.
what you've said right there is exactly why the movie doesn't connect with you, because there's
Right.
two things that you don't have going for you. You were never interested in that aspect of the rock and roll guy kind of thing. Number two, it's not 1992. Like, you kind of need both of those things at the same time, you know?
Right, right, right. Okay, I totally get that. And I mean, I hadn't thought that, but you're saying that, and I'm not disagreeing. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Okay, um, okay, that's what happened. So I'm seeing this movie, and I'm
Yeah.
watching, and I'm thinking like, okay, is it that it's no, because certainly I like other stuff that's childish. Like I totally love Pee Wee Herman, but like
Yeah.
he's kind of weird because he's a child, a man child, and these guys were like not supposed to be kids. Like it would be funny if they were supposed to be teenagers, but they were really 30. Like that show Pen 15. Have
Yeah.
you ever seen that
Well, I
show
think
Pen
that's
15?
part of I mean, in the beginning of the movie, he makes references to how, like, he still lives with his parents, even though he's
Right.
an adult. And yeah.
Sure, and that's a theme. Like, oh yeah, he does. Oh yeah, I think that guy, he doesn't live with his parents. Like that's like a big, Garth is trying to talk him out of being
Yeah.
whatever. So okay,
Yeah.
so here's the deal. I didn't really watch Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Furthermore, I do not care for Michael Myers.
Oh,
I do not care for him
That's
as an
also a
actor.
big. That's also a. You need that too.
Okay, yeah, I don't care about him. I didn't like his. So I married an axe murderer. I didn't like
Oh, that movie's amazing.
none of
Oh
his
my
shtick at
god.
all.
Oh
None of
god.
it
Yeah.
landed on me. Now
Yeah.
I almost did like the snippets I saw of them on Saturday Night Live. Like I would like probably say, "Oh, did you see Wayne's World last night?" Right, I saw it or whatever. Like, I mean, I
Yeah.
didn't look
Yeah.
out for it, but if I was in front of a TV and it came on, I would probably that would have been my favorite sketch of the night, probably or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I did get Dana Carvey. There was something about Dana Carvey that I got because I like Martin Short. You
I
know,
love Martin Short.
he's
Yes.
got more of a goof thing going on or whatever, and it was obvious that even Garth's character is like introverted and weird, and so I do appreciate the whole nerd factor
Uh huh.
of Garth
Yes.
in that okay so look, I've seen it now 4 times or whatever.
I
I
can't believe you
stuck
watched it 4 times.
dude, I had to because I want to be very positive about this movie, but I what I would like to say, and we've already established this, is that this movie hit me at a time when I just was not I was nowhere, that was not in the stream of things that was going
You
on.
probably didn't even
Okay.
give it a second thought. Even if you saw an ad for it, it probably didn't even. You're just like, "Oh, whatever.
No,
I'm not.
didn't, no,
The
no.
same. The same thing is like I see a movie about a thing about a new Disney movie, and I don't even think twice about it. I'm
Right.
like, okay, well, I'm not seeing that.
Not seeing that. No, I'm the same way. I'm 100% same way. Okay. So listen, and another thing is I didn't start smoking weed till I was 25. So
Okay,
I
that's too late.
feel, no, it was awesome. It was really great. But for instance, Harold and Kumar, I thought were funny, right?
Interesting.
Tenacious D, I thought were funny.
Yeah.
And I think it's because I had started smoking weed and I started to get that weed feeling that I think, and it's interesting that there's no drugs in Wayne's World except for the guy Phil.
Yes.
Like you party too hard or whatever.
Yeah. He just drinks a lot.
He just drinks a lot. Okay. So, but anyway, so I do want to say that. I think that weed, not having any weed,
Yeah.
having weed slowed me down into that because I got the stoner jokes. Like I felt the stoner jokes. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
But I think a big thing that I love about this movie is it doesn't feel like a stoner movie to me. It feels
not a stoner
too
movie.
it feels too nerdy to be cool to the stoners.
But their buddies
Yes.
were the stoners. So your entire cast of people in this thing were like, anyway. So
Yeah.
listen, man, Space Invaders intro,
Yeah. Yeah.
great. Brian Doyle Murray, right? It's
Oh yeah.
awesome. Okay, Penelope's Fierce movie. Rob Lowe, Iomi Sky. I'm already on it. You know I like Say Anything. Rob
Oh,
Lowe, I'm
love
on
that
board
movie.
with. Okay, yeah. Okay, so you got the bedroom scene. You got rich meets poor. That's what happens immediately in there. I think they're trying to make something of this movie instead of it just sketches being strung together until.
Well, it's not
Like-
sketches strung together. It's like
But
not
it is sketches. It's like scenes strung together. Here, okay, I'm going to show you.
every
I'm gonna
movie
show
is
you. I'm gonna
scenes
show
strung
you.
together.
I understand. I understand. So you got the bedroom scene. Okay, you got the classic TV ads. I'm already in. You got the Chia Pet. You got the green ski suit guy. You got the clapper. Okay, that's funny. Okay, you got the Chicago suburbs location. So now we're painting the landscape. I live here. I've seen those things on weather maps 1,000 times. I know what's going on. Okay, and then you're back to the clapper. For some reason, they thought that was so hilarious they had to show it again. And then you get introduced to Wayne's World. So
because in 1992, when that part of the commercial came back on, everyone in the theater clapped.
okay,
Everyone
So-
went. Everyone went.
nice, nice.
It was a nice moment.
So it's very ostentatious. He's got a very luxury pad. You can tell already there's a color TV in the bedroom, and oh, it's got a remote control. Now, do you remember these were all things that didn't used to exist all the time? And oh, you got a color TV, not just one color TV in the living room or the den, but you got one in your bedroom, and it's got a remote control. So okay, so now we go into the Wayne's World thing. You got the extreme close-up gag, which I
Yep.
didn't think was funny. Okay, you got the excellent discoveries with Ron Paxton suck cuts. Okay.
It
That
certainly
comes on.
does suck.
Yeah, it certainly does suck.
That still makes me laugh today when he
Okay.
says that.
So cable show guest appearance is simply an infomercial segment.
Yeah.
There's the haircut demo, and then Rob Lowe, I think we found something that we can sell to Vanderhoff. Okay, so enter money, welcome Satan.
Mm-hmm.
His character was the, I guess, antagonist of
Yes.
this
Yeah.
of this, but but anyway, and then Wayne addresses the audience, okay, because now we go into his monologue scene. So now we're
Yeah.
talking to the camera. We've broken out of the movie. We've broken the, what's that? The fourth wall, third wall. What do they call that fucker?
The fourth
Where you
wall.
fourth wall. Where you talk to the
You
camera.
are now part of the movie because he's talking to
Right.
you.
Yeah, but what I'd really love to do, I'd love to do Wayne's World for a living. So be careful what you wish for. He's already
Yeah.
established it. Okay, so enter the Mirthmobile, which I thought was good. That was nice. The Mirthmobile, a pacer. That's awesome.
Yep.
And of course, Bohemian Rhapsody. So basically, Satan is called into being, and the ritual of summoning is performed. This is the ritual of summoning. I want to do it full time. Okay, so thunderbolts and lightning. So now this is what I mean. They go into Bohemian Rhapsody, which is a very magical, medieval, uh, rock song that conjures up all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
So thunderbolts and lightning, very very frightening. Phil is introduced. Okay, so then. Whatever was going on with that record store and all those neon fucking geometric.
It was the guitar.
No, not there. Not yet. Not yet. They meet Phil on the bench that says, what was the name of their town again?
Aurora.
Aurora. And there's the black sun on the bench, the black sun.
Oh man, you're looking
You're gonna
at
have
shit
to look
that I
at-
did not look
And so
at.
now you got the skulls over his one shoulder and the green geometric shapes. That
I
are
don't
going on
think
in the
these
record
things were
store
thought
behind
about
the
when
thing.
they made this movie.
No, but you say that, Stephen, but I think they
It's
are
the
thought
Illuminati
about.
all over
I think
again
they
in every
are
movie.
but right in every movie, right? So Bishmila, right, comes in. Beelzebub has a
Yeah.
devil set aside for me. So here is Wayne's. I want to do Wayne's World full time. So montage of signs and scenes. That's really great, right?
Just
We
to
love world building.
not to shit on your theories, but originally the song was supposed to be a different song in that scene anyway.
Well, guess what? I know but they changed it to that.
It worked out.
He wanted that.
Yeah.
Did he not?
He did.
Wanted that.
He did.
He did. Right. So I'm not shitting on my theory at all
Okay.
because of my, okay.
Because Mike
So,
Myers is a genius.
right. So, okay. So let's see. So you got the Chicago suburbs. It's very atmospheric. You got a drive-by montage, introduction to the guitar. Here's where they
Yes.
get to the guitar. Okay. So the mythical, magical item of desire is now introduced. Usually a movie just has one, but now we have two. We have
Three.
one. Well, that
But there
is
will
true.
be three. Yeah.
No, there will be three, but we're at two right now. And so Garth, he does this every Friday. Like, okay. And actually, I do think Garth is kind of funny in this movie. You'll never afford it. Live in the now.
Yeah.
So this is Garth trying to okay. So money, economy, power, accumulation, property, sell your soul, get the cash, acquire the guitar. This is what's going to go on now. It's introduced that Michael Myers is ready to go.
Wayne.
And that Wayne, sure. Okay. So it will be mine.
Yep.
It will be mine. Oh, yes, it will be mine. Okay, so you got the car stack.
Uh-huh.
Why does it linger on the car stack so long? I have no idea.
I don't know. I thought that was an important thing from
Okay.
Chicago or something.
Well, Aurora, apparently. So,
Or whatever.
okay, and then you got the, oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Okay, so the best gag is that Garth does not know the words while lip syncing. That made me laugh because
Yeah.
it's happened to me like constantly. It always happens to me. Oh, wrong verse. Oh no, wait, I didn't do it right. Or the wrong, whatever. So okay, now you enter Stan Makita's Donuts.
Yes.
Okay. Carload of chicks, a chance to reinforce the lingo of the movie. They yell, Wayne's World, party on, excellent, party on, Wayne.
Because they know the show. They know the show.
They know the show. Okay.
Yeah.
So these are things that I began to hear in my real world, though. Party on, excellent, and stuff. So this is why
Yeah.
I think I got okay. So the car is disembarked, right? You got now you meet Officer, what's his name? Kaharski?
Yeah.
Okay. So does anybody else smell bacon? You got the anybody else smell bacon routine.
Yeah.
And then it immediately segues into the body cavity search routine, stuff in butts. Haha, that's hilarious.
Yep.
So say excellent as much as you possibly can. That's a note I wrote down. Excellent, excellent,
Yeah.
excellent, excellent. That was going on a lot. And then you go,
It's
you have
important to point out that the characters are not supposed to be taken seriously. seriously. So they
Well, I
are
understand, but like, why you're already said excellent 1,000 times?
exactly,
Do I have to put? Okay,
exactly.
so now you get the killing a man soliloquy, heroic in
Oh
battle
God, that's
versus
so
murder, and
great. Ed
what do you
O'Neill
think?
is
This is so
amazing.
okay. It's fine, but I mean, I'm assuming that this was another thing where a character broke the third wall, and it was. I'm assuming that these are the rules that this movie is breaking, but that have been now done
Oh,
to death.
it's not doing anything new. It's
Okay,
just it's just the way that it flows. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
okay, no, it's okay. So you meet Mr. Withers, the amusement park guy, and then Garth's
Yep.
girlfriend. Or Garth's girlfriend scene hits, and that's when he says, "Excuse me, I fell," or
Yeah.
whatever. That was funny. And then you enter Stacy.
Oh, and you can't tell me you didn't laugh at the gun rack part.
No, I didn't. I didn't know what that was. Is there a gun rack? Is there a reference in the show
No,
about Saturday Night
this has
Live?
nothing to do with this with Saturday Night Live.
For that, it's Wayne and Garth.
Yeah, the only thing from Saturday Night Live is that they have an access show. Everything else is just in this movie.
Okay.
You have to realize like it's
So-
literally just an irreverent movie, and that this girl who's completely psycho gives him a gun rack
Oh.
for their anniversary, which they aren't having because they're broken up.
And her necklace says Wayne, but I would like to say that not only is she psycho, but she is a
Psycho hose
psycho
beast.
hose beast.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
So I think that I have changed as a person. And I don't really think I need to hear that stuff anymore. Like, I just don't care. Like, I'm 57 years old and I'm going to say to someone, she's a psycho beast. Like, I just don't care. Like, that seems
What does
mean
it
to
even
me.
mean? What
I know.
does
Well,
it
that
even
means
mean?
that she's a psycho cock shover in vagina. She's a hose beast. A hose
Is that what that
beast.
means?
You're a fucking hose. She's a hose beast. She's a blah, she can't get enough of your hose. That is what this is. It is and she's in that pink dress and everything. Okay, whatever. Okay, I will say this also. The Jimi Hendrix song comes on, and they now traverse to the gasworks. Okay, that gun rack scene I did not get. I didn't. It went right over my head. I don't own a gun, or whatever that stuff was. I just don't get it. I didn't get the dialogue. There was no chemistry. I didn't care. I'm 57 years old. I'm seeing this movie.
I know, but
So then they're at the gasworks. You meet Tiny. There's Meatloaf. Oh, good. I got a little jolt. There's the Meatloaf. There he is. Robert Paulson. There he is.
yes,
So,
his name
so
was Robert
he's
Paulson.
Robert Paulson. Right. So you got
Shitty Beatles.
Shitty Beatles, and so they enter the club.
Yes.
Okay, so now you got the classic entering the party. There's always the go to a teenage party, go to the disco, go to the club.
Yeah.
Donnie Darko. Everybody's got a scene
Donnie
where you gotta-
Darko.
Oh yeah, where they go to the house party. There's always a house party scene. You didn't see Donnie Darko?
I did, and I came away from that movie thinking Patrick Swayze's great. That's about it.
Oh yeah, he was a creep.
Patrick Swayze was amazing.
Was a total creep.
And
Yeah, he did that role really
all I
good.
remember was that
totally
he was
agree.
good in that movie, and the rest of the movie, I'm like, it's pretty boring, but whatever.
Oh, love that movie. That's like on my list. That was number 11. Okay, I made Sequoia watch it.
Huh?
Yeah, she liked it a lot.
That seems
Okay,
like
so
a good
anyway,
movie for like teenager to watch.
Okay,
be into it.
crucial taunt.
It's a fucking great band name. What the fuck? That every time I hear that band name, like Crucial Taunt.
So she's rocking out. She's rocking out. She's doing some Hendrix, right? So you got time
Yes.
to meet Tia Carrera. It's time to meet Tia Carrera, everybody. Here she is. Here's her
Yes.
introduction.
Yes.
So Garth encounters the bully. The Mission Impossible music plays. He goes. And so now we're seeing the first of Garth's inventions. Apparently, he's an inventor of some kind. That was not really set up very well, but
No.
he did have a zapper in the movie.
Not really that important, but
and
that
he
sets
goes
it
and-
up right there.
Right. And so this was the first time I'm like, okay, like when you're saying, like when you were saying, I didn't watch the Godfather because there are completely moments of editing that take me completely out of that movie.
Yes. Yes.
This movie was really jarring as far as edits were concerned to me, to be quite honest. They're like, it's daytime, it's nighttime, it's the morning, they're in Milwaukee, they're back in Chicago, they're da 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 da. All this stuff is just hammering away. And then it's like, oh, so he goes out to the car to get his belt on, but he comes back and the song's still in the same place it was when he left because it's been playing continuously all the way through. And I'm like, man,
Because it's a movie.
I understand, but it was like clumsy to me and I didn't really like it. And I'm like, okay, so he zaps this dude. Right? And then Wayne gets his magic girl moment. This is what you were referring to. Right. Dreamweaver, which I heard was re-recorded for that movie. He re-recorded that song for the movie.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, so now they got the fist fight erupts. I did think that the green people, there's a band, they're all kind of white with green hair and they look like they're in togas or something. Was that maybe the Shitty Beatles or the Jolly Green Giants?
Oh, maybe the Jolly Green Giants, yeah.
Okay.
Now I need to watch this movie again and just pay attention to the background the whole movie.
Oh man, that's all I ever do anymore. So what I think is pretty interesting about this movie is because I'm reading, because I came on with subtitles and I'm just watching it with subtitles, you hear that one of the subtitles is fight, fight, fight. And I was like, whoa, that's weird.
Because people were cheering the mom and they were fighting?
Yeah, but fight, fight, fight. That was Donald Trump when he got shot in the ear. Fight, fight, fight. He says it 3 times like that.
And that's because they were time travelers. They traveled back from 2024 or whatever.
Fight, fight, fight. So, and I have this whole thing like where all these dumb chants at these rallies are always say 3 things. Say 3 things. You know, it's like build the wall.
Yeah.
Lock her up.
From my experience with closed captioning, my number one suggestion to anyone out there would be don't do it. Because the filmmakers did not fucking do the captions.
Sure.
So you're reading fight, 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 and the filmmakers are probably going to be like, what? Why?
Right. Yeah. But it blew me out. Okay. So now she will be mine. Yes, she will be mine. So he's going to possess this woman like he's going to possess this guitar.
He's going to play them both.
Going to play them both. Okay.
Do a little hammer on.
So and so for some reason we've decided. And so then, okay, this is what I'm saying. These are all sketches. Then we have the Grey Poupon sketch.
All right, that one I'll give you. I'll give you that's out of place and makes no sense. But that's why I love that part because I think of them making the movie.
Thank you, Stephen.
And they're just like,
I appreciate it.
Why is this here? And somebody probably went, why not?
Why not? Okay, right. Okay. So you cut to the massive corporation skyscraper. It's brutalism to the fucking sky, right? Okay, so now and it's black. It's this big black tower, and then of course you know Satan is going to be inside of that fucker. That's Rob Lowe, which wasn't Cain. His name is Cain. Cain slew Abel.
His name is not Cain.
Yeah, his name is William Cain or Robert Cain or whatever. His last name is Cain.
Rob Lowe's character?
Rob Lowe's character is called Cain. You're the one who's seen this.
His name is Benjamin something.
Benjamin Cain.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
okay.
Cain. Yeah, Benjamin Cain.
Apparently, I don't like the movie that much because I don't know his last name.
Okay, so we meet Vanderhoff. This is Vanderhoff in the office, and they're running through all these shows, and then I could not believe this was a gag. Okay, he's like, "Oh yeah, it's an award-winning show. He's won several awards, blah blah blah." And then he goes, "Oh yeah, he won for African American Digest." And the guy's like, "Huh, African American Digest."
He says it's on very late.
And he goes, "It's on very late." Right now, I mean, what is that supposed to be funny?
It's a point. It's literally pointing out the racism of the time that they don't even know
what it's doing.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'll give you that one. You gave me the Grey Poupon. I'll give you this one. Okay. So, Wayne's World is pitched to Vanderhoff, right? And then Devils make the deal. They wrap Vanderhoof up and make it sound like it's his idea.
Yes.
Those two guys. Okay.
Because he's smooth like that.
He's smooth like that. So you cut to the garage where the auto garage. I guess the car is getting fixed for a reason I don't know.
They're getting inspection.
Oh, it's an inspection.
Because Phil works there.
Oh, yeah. MOT.
Or an MOT, as we learned
MOT,
recently.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
We learned it. Okay, so and that's called an emissions test here in Chicago. Emissions test.
Well,
And
they
you
do the
are right.
emissions test as part of the
Yes.
inspection. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Well, we just have a separate emissions test
that's it.
here, and I want to. And you are correct. They have canceled them all over the place because who the fuck cares?
Yeah, just drive
Whatever.
your
Right.
junk machine
However,
everywhere.
right. We have a blue governor, and so we kept the emissions tests here in Illinois, or at least in Chicago.
I felt well.
It's.
Okay.
I'm just telling you.
I'm just adding up in my head the places that we can move to. I'm just like Illinois, still
Sure.
good.
Still good. Yeah, no, totally, totally. Well, at least Chicago. I can't tell you about Southern Illinois or Aurora for that matter.
Is
But
Aurora a
anyway.
real city?
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so he's learning Cantonese. Wayne is
Yeah.
learning Cantonese, okay?
For what
So-
reason? She fucking speaks English.
Totally speaks English. It does impress him or her later.
Yep.
But
Yep, it
and
does.
then it comes up again because Kane can also speak Cantonese.
And it comes up again in Wayne's World 2 in a very funny scene.
Okay. Garth is dancing with the gun and he scratches the car and all that kind of stuff, whatever. I don't know, man. I don't know. So they have to leave. And now we cut to the devil's at the cable company. They show up at the cable company.
Yes.
To find out how, and then the guy asks, are you a friend or are you a relative? Right. And so we're neither. That's a very good statement. We are neither friends nor relatives. So,
Yep.
okay. So the second scene of the actual show.
Benjamin is no one's friend.
Yes, he's no one's
Benjamin were an ice cream flavor.
flavor.
He'd
It would be
pralines, and Dick.
And Dick, right.
Really dumb line, but I love it.
Really dumb line. Was it supposed to be dumb? Because like Garth would not have come up with
The
something.
whole
cool.
movie's supposed to be dumb. Have you not figured it out?
So you got the Claudia Schiffer bit, and now we get Schwing, which he's already schwanged
Yeah.
in the bar once.
They swinged in Saturday Night Live too.
Okay,
That's
so
a thing already.
now the devil enters the set. Okay, they meet Wayne and Garth. Benjamin Kane. I wrote it down. That's his
Okay.
name. Oliver, because I could have the comment on the captions. It said Benjamin Kane every time
there
he
we go.
spoke. Benjamin Kane. Benjamin Kane. Okay, so he works for Oliver Communications. So I don't really know what that Oliver Communications, all of our communications. I don't know why Oliver Communications is.
Don't know
but
either.
They had to have known. Okay, so
We need to get Mike
so
Myers on this.
he works. Yeah, he works for Oliver Communications, and so now he wants to talk to him about the deal. So cut to Daddy O's. Bam, 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 bam.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so now we're in
Movie
Daddy O's.
moves. The movie moves fast. It's
It
a
moves
fast. Yeah.
So now we're basically at the crossroads.
Yeah.
This is
There's-
where
it's where it's Robert Johnson and the devil.
in the devil. The devil is placed. The deal is placed on the table. $5,000 each. Right. So they toast. The deal is sealed. Cut to the loft party. Crucial time.
Not before you find out that Garth is a little skeptical of this deal.
Oh, right. He has the aside where he drops his pen and he's like, right. Yeah. Right. Okay. Because that comes up later when they're playing hockey. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, okay. That theme is introduced. Okay. Crucial taunt. Back in action. Big musical number. Don't be afraid to love me anywhere. And now we got Stacy again.
Yep.
Okay.
Stacy's back.
So, Wayne has a second Dreamweaver scene.
Yep.
The devil is now at the loft. The devil has followed them to the loft.
The devil has now seen Cassandra as
Now,
well.
yeah, so wouldn't you know it? It's Kane. So don't be afraid to love me anywhere. Won't you touch me? Won't you love me?
Great song.
Great song.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not on the soundtrack, but whatever.
What?
Also, Tia Carrere is singing those songs.
Yes, she's not playing the bass, but she is singing those songs.
Yeah.
Right,
But yeah, there's a couple songs from the movie that aren't on the soundtrack, which now I'm just like, could you guys put those out as a Crucial Taunt album? Thanks.
Right. Okay, so now
Two people
Terry-
will buy it, me and Eddie Sparks.
Right. Well, if it was a Crucial Taunt 7-inch I would totally buy it.
Okay.
Okay. So now Terry, for some reason we have the Terry scene. This is maybe a homosexual reference or something.
No.
I'm not entirely sure. I think it is because there is later a thing where he loves somebody else, but then they mention platonic love between two men, and I think that's supposed to be the gag. Like, I couldn't figure this one out. But anyway, I love you, man. And then now everyone has to act uncomfortable when he
I
says,
really think, I really
okay,
think it because I really think it's an inside joke that somebody brought in, maybe Mike Myers, where you
okay.
just have that friend that constantly says that
I
he
love
loves
you, man.
people,
No, but I'm serious. I
and you
love you,
don't
man.
know what to say to them. But like
Okay,
that's another one of those jokes that even the first time I saw the movie, I'm like, why is this joke in here? And then the more I saw it, I
sure,
went, look,
sure.
I wouldn't take this joke out of the movie because it's so just like, why?
Well, they weave it back in again.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, so that's when Kane meets Cassandra, and then and now we have a Stacy interlude, I guess, to break that up, and then
Yeah.
we have the dolly shot of him floating over to Cassandra, and he says, "You want to go talk somewhere?"
It's filmmaking.
It is
Filmmaking
filmmaking.
happening.
That is a very Spike Lee maneuver.
That is. He does that in every movie.
Yeah,
Have you seen the new Spike Lee movie yet?
I have not. Is it good?
No, I want to see it, but I have not
Okay.
seen it yet.
Okay, so the romance begins. Garth is in line. There's two guys in the bathroom. They've been in there the whole time. Is that another? I don't even know what's going on there. So okay. So Stacy, and I'm not saying I'm pro homosexual. I'm just saying, are they making fun of homosexuals like two
Do
guys?
they
are in the
say there's
bathroom the
two
entire time?
guys?
Yeah, it says in the thing. It says, we're on a minute. Yeah, it says man one, man two.
Don't just stop
Okay.
redoing subtitles.
Can't hear that well. Can't hear that well. So okay, so now Stacy corners Garth. We cut to the rooftop. He's like, yeah, you should just. What is it? You should. What's his line? What's his basic? What's he say?
Oh,
you should just forget about
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Date
Get over
somebody
it and
else.
move on to somebody else.
Yeah, date somebody. Okay, so
And then she
grabs that guy
immediately does that.
immediately, like the first guy that walks by.
But the funny thing is, as much as that's like a shitty character, I've known girls that were exactly like that.
Okay. Well, I guess so. Okay, so the Cantonese routine, and now it starts on the roof. I will admit that I was confused about why his mouth wasn't moving at first, and then I was like, oh, that's the joke because he didn't want to learn all that Cantonese, so he just sits around and waits until his line is done, and then he re-engages. And I was like,
Yes.
Okay, I guess that's clever. Okay, I'll go with that one. Okay, so now Stacy crashes through the that window, and I was like, "Oh wow, that's pretty cool." That was the last movie you had me watch. A guy crashed through one of those windows in First Blood.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, yes.
Okay, so
Once again, why is that necessary in the movie? It's
I
not,
don't know.
and it's in there anyway.
right. So okay, so we cut to the car.
Stacey's character is completely. There's no point in her being
There's
in the
no point
movie.
in her character. I mean, the okay. Well, there's one point, and it's that's awesome stunt.
I guess so. Yeah.
I get, yeah. So, but okay. So now we cut to the car hood. I assume that's supposed to be the same night or whatever. They're
Yeah.
whistling the Star Trek theme. That was pretty funny. And so then I did laugh at Abraham Lincoln.
Did you not laugh at that? Did you ever find Bugs Bunny attractive when he put on a dress and played a girl bunny?
No, whatever. Yeah, right. Yeah, me either.
Yeah,
But
me
I
either.
did really think Abraham Lincoln was funny. I'm just gonna say I didn't laugh about. Okay, so cut to Chicago. Wayne and Garth arrive at the Slick News set. Now they're on their set. Go ahead.
And immediately one of my favorite jokes of the movie, where he's like, he'll be showing you your hand cues, and he says, "Excuse me, I believe I requested the hand job," which is fucking hilarious. Sorry,
Yeah, okay.
it's hilarious.
Okay. All right. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So the thing that I actually thought was funny, and I will admit that another thing is also in the scene that I thought was hilarious, was, does this seem weird to anybody else? I mean, we're looking down on Wayne's basement, only that's not Wayne's basement. Isn't that weird? Okay. When he says, very good, Garth, or excellent, Garth, that's a haiku. Or
He literally just says, "Garth, that was a haiku."
That was a haiku. So I go back and I break the fucker down, and it is true. They really did a haiku. I mean, we're looking down on Wayne's basement only. That's not Wayne's basement is literally a haiku.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, good job.
Which is one of the weirdest, like, labeling of syllables. And I'm just like, so it's a haiku if it's just a certain amount of syllables. So you can just put any nonsense together, and that's a haiku. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Well, okay, but sonnets.
What is
I
a sonnet?
mean,
I don't know. I don't
they
even. What's a sonnet?
they have a rhyming scheme. All poems have many types of rhyming poems or structured poems have, and that's the deal. You're supposed limericks follow that. There once was a man from Nantucket.
Oh,
So the deal is to join in with the tradition. You write in that
and I
style in
say
order to make.
don't. I say don't
Okay.
join in any tradition and make a movie like Wayne's World.
Okay, but they used the haiku joke, and that was a
They
pretty
did,
good joke.
which
That
is
was
a
a
good
pretty
joke.
good. That one appealed to me because I knew what a haiku was. I've written haikus before. I
And
enjoyed
there's another
haikus.
great joke that happened soon after this that if you didn't laugh at it, I don't know if I can talk to you anymore.
Okay. Oh, you told Howard. You said to Howard the other day. I feel like if we would have met at different times in our lives, I wouldn't have liked you. Is what you said
Yes.
to him.
Well, here's
And
the
I was like,
Here's the difference, though. Here's the
okay,
difference.
okay.
You're a nice person. So
Oh,
any
okay.
period that we would have met, we probably would have been friends.
Agreed.
Howard
Agreed.
can be kind of a dick.
Oh yeah, he kind of goes at stuff.
Yeah.
He's got that.
So I feel like when we were younger, he would have been very quick to be like, "Fuck off," the
Okay,
shit you
sure.
like is stupid or whatever. Where I don't think you would have even been that way.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Okay, so I don't know what joke it is because Vanderhoff wants to be on the set. So now we got the chroma key gag where they go to the different places, and he's like, "I'm in Delaware."
That joke is fucking gold. It is so good.
You like that joke?
Hi,
Okay,
I'm in Delaware.
I'm in Delaware, right? Because there's nothing about Delaware.
Whatever, you're explaining it too much. It's fucking funny.
Okay, well, Vanderhoff meets Wayne and Garth,
And then when they go to New York, he's like, "I got a gun. Let's go to a Broadway show.
yeah. And then what was the Texas one?
Let's raise and rope Broncos."
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Which we don't do here. Well, some people do, but most of us don't.
Sure. Not anymore. Okay, so now you got the underwear joke. When
was
Wayne
the
and Garth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like a new pair of underwear.
At first,
okay.
it's constrictive, but after
And
a
then
while, it becomes a part of you.
Part of you. Right. So then Vanderhoff's wife looks at the camera. You got the whole "it's huge" joke.
Yep.
So
Yep.
then here is where I also laughed. I will admit I said I didn't laugh at all. I did it
A few
I did
times.
the second time through and third when he goes into the white guy rap thing. That is your
Yeah.
that is your my
Yep.
name is
Yep.
Dan and I like dude. I was like, oh my God.
Yep.
I laughed, but I laughed because I knew you and I've
Yep.
heard you talk about this before. So that's why I thought, okay, anyway. So then you're into the sphincter says what joke? Sphincter says what? Okay. So anyway, I guess that's
Exactly.
supposed to be funny. So there we go. Sphincter says what? Okay. So cut to Garth's house, wacky bedroom, dog with Garth's hair.
Yep.
Yeah, dogs. So you got the street hockey scene, car, right? You got
Great.
doubts
Great.
about-
One of my favorite lines from the movie is in that hockey scene where he says Led Zeppelin didn't make tracks that everybody liked. They left that to the Bee Gees. I always thought that was a great line.
Yeah. So doubts about Kane, Led Zeppelin reference, Bee Gees mentioned, Stacy beefs hard.
She eats it.
She eats it. So this is perhaps why Stacy was in this movie, just to do that. Anyway, so you cut to the TV set. Kane talks to Garth. So this is Garth's second invention scene where he's got the robot arm.
Yeah.
And he's got that weird helmet.
Once again, what does any of that mean? Why?
What does any of that mean? Okay. So we fear change. That was a great line. Anyway, he hammers the hand. Right, he hits the hand. He hammers it. Cut to the car scene.
And what? Yeah. And why? Once again, why? Why? What? The hand? The hand move. Like, what was the whole point?
Yeah. Why was he making a robot arm?
The whole thing.
Why did he have to hammer it? The whole thing. No, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Literally, if you edited this movie down to actually parts that move the story forward, it'd be like a 20-minute movie.
Agreed. So you got cut to the car scene. Wayne's driving. You got the mono joke. You got the Hey Mickey joke. You got the CD player.
Yeah,
Right?
That's a funnier joke now because it's literally just like a fucking CD Walkman on the dashboard, and he's like, "We got the money."
And so I forgot why I wrote down RHCP. Why would I have written that?
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh,
There's a fucking amazing Chili Peppers song in that scene.
So Love Blossom's second possession is now acquired. Cut back to Guitar Shop. Now
Yep.
I had literally said to Jessica about this guitar before I had watched it all the way through, because remember I only watched the first part or the first 30 minutes or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And now I'm like, oh, it's Excalibur. And I literally said I said what he said. Oh, I didn't write it down. Oh, okay. Anyway, so you have the "May I help you" riff joke, the "No stairway" joke,
I have a hold on.
Garth's fantasy. Okay, go
I
ahead.
have a very important question.
Yes,
The version that you watched, does he actually play Stairway to Heaven or does he play just random notes?
it seemed like it went ding ding.
Okay,
It
so you
wasn't
saw
like
so the original version of the movie, he literally goes boom, dong, 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 and he stops him right there. The
no, it was
joke
like
is fucking hilarious. And then it comes out on video and they couldn't get the clearance for the fucking four notes from
oh,
Stairway to
that's
Heaven.
sad.
And
That's
so it ruins the joke because it like in the
yeah.
originally seeing the movie, it's
Right.
fucking hilarious. That's an hilarious joke.
I did not recognize it as "Stairway to Heaven." I
He
had to
does
go
play it in
back.
the original movie.
Okay, so that became like a known joke.
That
Like for
started
instance,
from this movie.
right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say to you at this point, I'm gonna say to you that I'm now living my life and I'm hearing people say stuff and I don't
Yeah.
know where it's from. It's
Yeah.
like me and the internet. Okay, I don't know shit about the internet. Kids talk about stuff. Where you go? Oh, it's on the internet. Oh, it's a meme. And I don't know anything
And they're
because
like
I've never seen
skibbity
this movie.
toilet. And you're like, what the
Skibbity
fuck is
All right.
that?
That one I know. That one I know. That one is awesome. So whatever. Okay. So no, yeah, and of course it happens in music stores, whatever. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So okay, so
Oh, yeah.
uh
Oh, yeah.
okay, so the drum scene was amazing.
That's
I think
and Dana Carvey is a
he was
good drummer.
playing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. He seemed like he was playing it. Okay, so
He is a drummer.
I like it when movies do that thing where like the set totally changes into something new and they don't do any, it's a practical effect.
Yeah. Yeah.
The store lights go down, the stage lights come on. That's creative movie making as far as I'm concerned. I really enjoy that kind
There's a
of shit.
little bit of creativity in this movie, just a little bit.
And I
Just a
right,
little
and I'm
bit.
going to say Penelope Spheres was oh well, we could go over the break down the notes. But anyway, so you're amazing, dude. Thanks. I like to play. Excalibur is purchased.
Yes.
First possession is now acquired. Do you accept cash?
Ka-ching. Yeah.
So now we cut to Chicago. The Devils discuss in the control room. The fine print of the contract is flexed. The not joke is
Yeah.
introduced. No.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Cut to the craft table, right? This is the two Darrens bit.
Yep.
Okay. Then you got Sergeant York. That's weird.
Yeah.
Which I thought was clever that he put. Okay. So Kane engages Wayne. Vanderhoff Claus's flexed product placement gag.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're in the product placement sketch.
Yep.
Okay. So
If you, I mean, I feel like that you're doing this movie a disservice because you could break down any movie into sketches if you really wanted to.
Well, okay,
In
but now-
fact,
so
we're
they
going to
even
get
say-
to a movie that is literally like a shitload of sketches put together over
it's
2
char-
hours.
There's no character development or anything. We're supposed
There
to
is character development, but it's also
Okay,
sketches.
so he says nature of the beast. No, I'm saying Amelie. There's a ton of character development in Amelie.
There
Is that
is.
what you're talking about? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So there's the Pizza Hut, the Doritos, the Reebok, the Nuprin.
Yeah.
So we got the big leagues or farm team stuff. Now we throw in a Pepsi. Then we cut to the donut shop. Wayne and Cassandra. The Cassandra song bit. He writes a Cassandra song. Now we're back at the.
I mean, that was kind of a throwaway bit, but yeah.
Yeah, the cable station manager. Now these reminded me of Happy Days. Happy Days used to do a lot of stuff like this, which I think is funny because they literally spoof the entire opening to Laverne and Shirley later
Yeah.
on. But I think they're referencing TV shows from that time period.
Yes.
And they are always in Arnold's diner, and then there'll be something that comes in, and it's just a little throwaway part that's supposed to be entertaining and whatever. Okay, so
Yeah.
the cable station manager and the Married with Children guy have a murder conversation. So now we're really establishing the fact that Stan is a murderer.
But he also works there 24 hours a day, so he's a little
Okay.
crazy.
Garth has a second fantasy girl there's the if you hurl and they come back, they're yours or whatever. Now we got the hurl
Very
joke.
poetic.
Okay, so talk to her. We got the jukebox routine. Okay,
Hmm.
gonna say again, Dana Carvey, I think is a goofball. That is
Yep.
fucking awesome. He
Yep.
did a great job. And I was I was won over by that performance. And man,
Especially when he does the coming to get you when he does that
yeah,
part.
right, yeah, it's so good, so good. Okay, so Garth lip syncs Foxy Lady. We cut to Cassandra's bedroom. Wayne and
Hmm.
Cassandra. Now, see, these are just playing. I have no idea what time it is. I have no idea
But
what's
does it
going on. I
matter?
have no.
Does
It
it
kind of
matter?
matters. I feel like it should matter. I
Did
mean,
you
it's a
did
movie. They're
okay
trying
at
to
the
tell
end
me
of
a
the movie?
story.
Did you not understand what happened in the
You
movie
mean with the doodle
or
it?
any of it?
No,
Were you lost in the
I
movie?
know, I totally understand. Well, I mean, sure. I mean, what I got was that, oh, we have a, s- we, because Saturday Night Live was famous for writing characters and bits and jokes and not knowing how to write themselves out of them. So something would happen.
Sure.
Okay. So basically what happened is they wrote this whole movie full of sketches and bits and characters and stuff. And then they got to the end and they didn't know how to end it. And so they just went into a Scooby-Doo
They
ending,
did
which means
three
that they
different
could do
endings.
three
Yeah.
different endings. Okay. Well, how are we going to write it? I don't know. What's the end? I don't know. Let's do all three or whatever. So anyway, okay. So, okay. Wayne and Cassandra in bed, camera one, camera two.
Huh?
The camera one, camera two. Now we got a tidy whitey gag.
I don't know if
Okay.
that's supposed to be a gag. I just always thought it was a weird choice
Well,
to have him in tidy whities.
it's the will you still love me routine, then the phone rings, and now we have the underwear up the gut
And
up the
he
butt
says that
gag.
great line where you still love me when I'm in my hanging out with Ravi
With
Shankar
Shankar
face.
face. Yeah, right. Will you still love me when? Will you still love me when? Okay, so you got
That's great.
the pink bra Marilyn Monroe impersonation.
Mhm.
She's yelling you asshole. And then we have the shock and dive gratuitous sex scene joke, ball sack and BVDs.
He's literally, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cut to Kane's.
BVDs.
Yeah, you
Man,
remember
that
that?
took me back. What year is this?
Thank you.
BVDs.
BVDs.
All
What do you
right.
have in your BVDs? Okay, so cut to Kane's luxury apartment high rise. Wayne and Garth Cassandra enter. I guess it's later that night. I don't know.
Well, it's
So
dark, so you do the
sure it's
math.
dark, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I didn't know what time it was. Okay, so
It's you know what? It's later than the scene you just saw before.
it's later than the scene I just saw before. Wayne and Garth Cassandra enter parents' house joke. Hawk
I literally want you to watch any
Hawk
other movie with this kind
Hawk a
of
loogie
scrutiny
joke.
and be like, they
Hawk a
didn't tell me
loogie
what
joke.
time it is. Is it five
Cost
hours later? Tell me
Costs
the
a lot to
date.
live for free, fully
Is it
functional bag
357 or
wear, Garth
355?
aside. Star Trek, the champagne comparison to Star Trek, how to pick up chicks books, whoever that is joke, take over show and make them bad, whatever. Then you got the ribbed for her pleasure joke. You got the Vanderhoff pitch intensifies 2 tickets and backstage passes to Alice Cooper. Sweeten the deal. Cassandra is cornered. Cream of some young guy joke.
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Kane also knows Cantonese. Kane impresses
You
Cassandra.
you can't
Cut to
fucking
Wayne.
order Chinese food ever again without saying I'll have the cream of some young guy.
Uh,
Try it. Just try
cut.
it.
Okay. Well, I eat Thai food.
That would still work. It's from the
Thai food.
same area of the world.
Well, okay. So cut to Wayne and Garth driving to Alice Cooper. Cut to the crucial taunt rehearsal. Tender ballad. Why you want to break my heart. Kane looks on with admiration and hunger. Another contract manifests. Maybe we could spend the afternoon together. Cut to Wayne and Garth on the road to Milwaukee.
Hmm.
Third Garth invention, the licorice cutter. The
That's a pretty good one, actually.
ceiling mounted licorice cutter. Okay, Laverne and Shirley montage,
Why?
which is another great
Why
Bouffard
not?
moment for me. But okay, cut to Alice Cooper concert, and then we got Feed My Frankenstein. There
Classic.
he is. Backstage passes gag, which goes on for a long time. Then they take a wrong turn. They're outside. They
The
meet security,
legendary Chris Farley.
right? They meet security. Chris Farley cameo limo conversation. Frank Sharp character is referenced. Sharp records. Awful lot of information set up.
Yep.
More backstage passes bit. Wayne and Garth enter Alice Cooper's dressing room. Garth can't speak joke. come to Milwaukee, often set up, and then the Alice Cooper is a historian and a scholar bit.
Yeah, which is
Thought that was funny.
pretty funny.
That was pretty funny. I thought that was pretty good. That was
In
going
fact, isn't
against.
Milwaukee an Indian name? Well, yes, Pete, it is.
Yes, please, it is. Yes, okay. We're not worthy joke. Okay, that had to be from the series, right? From Saturday Night Live. Cut back.
Yes.
Okay, so now we cut back to Chicago, same night, I guess. After the concert, they're at Oliver Communications Building, and it's time for the first broadcast. So they're going to do it late, I guess.
It's gotta.
They
It's
went to a
gotta. It's
concert.
You're being okay. You're
I mean, it's the same fucking night they go to the
no.
concert, so
Does
they gotta
every
drive
movie say it's now the next night? Like, how does every other movie do it?
It's the next night.
No, you're being.
Is
You're
it the next
literally.
night? Is it the next night?
Think about it for a second. Every
Anyway,
other movie you've ever seen. In Lord of the Rings, do they say like it is now the next day? Do they say that every single? They don't.
No, they give you a visual cue about
What's the
what is
visual cue? That
going
it's
on
daytime?
and how much time has passed.
How do they do that?
They do it with a montage scene of wilderness, of hiking, of trotting, of eating
Every single time. So that's why the movie's 3 fucking hours long because there's like all this walking.
All I'm saying is this one doesn't do it very good. I'm just saying it's like
I think that you're focusing on the weird things in the
I'm
movie.
not. No, I'm not. I like movies that like give me information in an order that is mine.
It's in order.
Or whatever. It's in order, but whatever. It just is very spotty. It just
I feel like you're smart enough to know that if they were filming an episode of this show, it's probably the next day.
Okay, so Vanderhoff, Spot, and Sign are a surprise.
Yes.
So they get jumped with that.
Now they're corporatized or whatever.
They're corporatized, right? Interview cards are given. Can I borrow your marker? I need to make some notes. MC is engaged. Corporate sponsorship is announced. Overproduced theme song plays. Welcome to our sponsor scene. Sphincter boy joke. He blows goats joke. This man has no penis joke. Laughter on the set. Wayne is called to the control booth. Wayne gets reprimanded. Wayne gets fired. His show is no longer his. Garth freaks. Cut to Cassandra's phone rings. The cane wedge is placed between Cassandra and Wayne. Wayne fights with Garth. He loses Garth. He loses Cassandra. And at this point, I was like, I'm not taking any more fucking this fucking movie because I don't give a shit. I do not give a shit. And I was like, I'm just gonna fucking watch this thing again and just let it. I'm just gonna let it slide.
Sometimes
And
I feel like you're doing yourself a disservice making all the notes. Like, just fuck it. Who cares? Like,
okay, so yeah, no, it totally. I agree, and that is literally what happened. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. So then I'm like, look, I don't want to be. Because we've said before, you said specifically, I don't want to talk shit on something for 15 minutes because I don't like to do it. I don't like the way
oh
I
yeah,
sound when I'm done.
yeah.
And I don't like the way I sound right now because I read a lot about this movie. I read that everybody liked it, that these are beloved characters, that movie critics liked it, the audiences liked it. It was a success as far as finance is concerned. It
Sure.
spawned all these people to say all these things and I bet there was Wayne and Garth themed parties, and I bet a bunch of people dressed like that for Halloween and all this other
Still
kind of
do,
stuff.
yes.
So I hang out with this dude named Mike who it lives in my neighborhood, and he's 61 years old, and he is a badass. He's a mason, like he's literally a bricklayer, and
Okay.
so he's like a solid. So if that gives you any indication, he's just a solid dude. He's very liberal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's very into a lot of very cool things, and I really enjoy hanging out with him because it seems like he was born in California. He's got a vibe, a California vibe.
Sure.
Very cool dude. Okay? He probably has surfed. Okay, and I haven't got there at that point anyway. So I actually sent the link to us talking about stuff to several different people. I've not really gotten anyone to watch any of it, but Mike watched it. Mike watched several of the things all the way through, I think, because he was on a road trip with his daughter to take her to college, and they just played it over the car stereo off the phone, and he liked it. He thought it was good.
Bored the shit out of her with it.
Well, no, they were kind of into it. They were into
Interesting.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, they were in. Okay. So I'm trying to get viewers. I'm trying.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Okay.
yeah.
So anyway, so I said, hey man, I got a new episode coming up. Whatever. I'll send you the link when we do it. It's another movie one instead of a record one. And he he by the way also loves that spiritualized record, and so it was like, so I think we're also of an age up here where like this stuff happened to us. We're still at the how old you were when it hit you.
Sure.
Okay, so anyway, so I was like, yeah, I'm going to I've suggested that Stephen watched Amelie, and I am going to watch Wayne's World, and he goes, ugh.
Of course. Of
And
course.
I go, okay, and I go, oh yeah, I know. I was like, I don't know, like I've already watched it like once and stuff, and I don't know, like I want to be really nice to it because it's just a comedy, and I don't want to fuck with it or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know, man. I was like, I go, I don't like Mike Myers. He goes, I don't like Mike Myers either, and I was like, right, like I never saw that spy movie stuff he did. I don't really, like what was that one called?
Austin Powers.
Austin Powers. I never saw
Yeah.
anything he was in. He never attracted me as a person. He's like, yeah, man, me either. I don't really like his shtick.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. So I
To be
guess
to
like,
be completely honest, I love everything that he's done. I'm
okay.
still baffled that he became famous though. Like that his
Oh,
movies
okay.
did that well. Because like the first time I saw Austin Powers, I was just like, this movie's amazing. Nobody's gonna like it.
And everybody,
Literally thought nobody's gonna like this.
how many of them were there?
3. All funny, all really funny. But like even now, like I watch his stuff. Like he did a little mini series, comedy series on Netflix that was so fucking dumb. And that was finally the point when I said, "This is so good, everyone's gonna hate it." And guess what? Everybody
What?
hated it.
Everybody hated it.
Yeah, and I knew it because I can. His sense of humor like connects with me, but I also go, oh, I could see why people fucking hate this. I could see why people would fucking hate, especially once you get into Austin Powers. Totally get it. But I love it.
Okay. It's okay. Whatever. So anyway, that is my experience with Wayne's World. I felt like I've already mentioned the ending.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that. I felt like they didn't know how to get out of the movie, and so they just wrote themselves a Scooby-Doo ending.
I don't think that's what happened, but okay, yeah.
Okay, well, and I also, and I guess I like admired the fact that they introduced the amusement park guy for no reason, and
For the
then
Scooby-Doo
later,
ending.
just to have the Scooby-Doo ending.
Yes.
Right. So I felt like there was even one scene where like the whole entire group of Stan Mikita's donut shop are going to go help them get
Yes.
I know I passed over the whole we're going to send a satellite from Subcom to bed within them and blast it to the thing and the blah blah
Yeah,
like
yeah.
all that thing that
Yeah, they're
Garth
just
does
it just
with
so
his-
happens he knows exactly how to
Exactly,
send a TV
right.
signal to one limo.
yeah that has right yeah and then they're all like and then that whole group of people at the place come over and they want to like give they're going to help them or whatever and I
Yeah.
noticed that the guy who is the cable station manager
Mm-hmm.
who has I just got fired today, here's my pink slip scene,
Uh-huh.
he has his face is bruised and beat up and I'm like, oh, they edited something out that and so
I don't think I ever saw that.
right. So if I were go back and take a look, I think he's got a black eye and he's got dirt on his face and stuff. So something must have happened to him that they didn't cut that they cut out, but they figured no one was going to notice or it was such a
And they've
spasm.
never released that. I've never seen a deleted scene.
Okay, well, I could be wrong, man. It could be bad lighting. I have no idea. So
Yeah, the movie's very well lit. I'm going to say that.
yeah, the movie is very well lit. Okay, so that's my experience with Wayne's World. And you
So-
know what, man, you're going to talk for another hour and a half about Amelie, and this is going to be the longest episode we've ever
If I
done.
can make it half an hour, we're going to be good here. But but all I'm going to say to you first is that I feel like because I told you it was one of my favorite movies of all time, you approached it with way more scrutiny than I ever have. Because that's why I always say I'm not a movie person. So that's why I make the point of Godfather, because that's a movie that people hold up like this is filmmaking, and I go, it's fucking boring. But I also did remove myself from that and go, look, I'm not that kind of person. And so I'm not even going to get into an argument about Godfather. I'm just going to be like, I'm the person that if somebody says, "Have you seen The Godfather?" I will immediately say, "One of my favorite movies is Wayne's World. Do you want to have this conversation with me?"
Sure. Okay.
You know,
Right on. Right on.
because like
Right on.
that's
Right on.
just that's what I like. That's my experience. I like some movies that are considered great movies by film bros and shit,
Okay.
but I also appreciate movies that if you try to pick them apart, I will immediately go, "Why are you doing that?" That's the
Right. I mean, I guess I made the mistake of thinking that like there was, like, I don't know, whatever.
it's
Anyway,
me.
so that's
Look at look
no,
at look,
no,
look
no,
you
no, no,
know
no,
me
no,
well enough to know
no,
that
no, 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 no. You went through your jazz phase. You tried it. You know what I mean?
I
You
tried
did some
it.
stuff. You like some esoteric stuff. There are some things that you enjoy. I know
Sometimes, yeah.
that I know that you have the ability. I know that you've been through phases of your life. I know that you've ended up here and not ended here. You are here now.
Hopefully I don't
But
end here, but
yeah, right,
that might
and
make a good episode. If my wife can
well,
continue editing it afterwards after I'm
right,
dead, that'd be
right,
good.
right.
We still would
Oh,
only get like 200 viewers. Old head dies in the video.
in the
Okay, fine.
video,
50,
dude.
50 more
Right,
people will watch it.
right.
It becomes the
I'm fucking
highest.
calling 911.
It
Trying. I
becomes
don't
the
know where
highest
to
viewed
address it.
video in the history of
In the history
YouTube, and
of
I'm not
YouTube,
here to
right.
experience it.
Yeah. Oh, right. Totally.
Anyway, so like
Okay.
that's the thing. So Wayne's World is one of those movies that like I would only bring it up because we're friends and we were talking about this. Like
Okay.
otherwise, I would just be like, if it's not your thing, then please don't watch
Right.
this.
Right. Like, have you? Because like those other Saturday Night Live movies were not good. Correct.
Yeah, the Blues Brothers is amazing.
Stuart Smalley has one.
I didn't
Pat
see.
has
There's a few of them I
one.
didn't
Night of
even
the
see.
Roxbury.
Night of the
of
Roxbury is funny, but not. I don't love that movie because it's not. It's a little bit too dumb. Where like the jokes sometimes are just like, oh, like that kind of funny. Where it's like okay, I get the joke. Okay.
Right.
But
Right. And
the only
Will
other
Ferrell
the
is
only
the other one in that one.
Chris
Will-
Kattan. Chris Kattan.
Chris Kattan and Will Ferrell.
Yeah. The only other movie that I would call Saturday Night Live adjacent that I think is amazing is Tommy Boy, which is the one with Chris Farley and David Spade. But that's not based on an SNL skit. It's just two SNL people in the movie.
Okay, and I'm gonna say, Bill Murray, right? Dan Aykroyd, Chevy Chase, Fletch, and all that kind of stuff. All these movies, all the movies that had people that were from Saturday Night Live that went on to be actors in other movies. I enjoyed a lot of those movies.
Yeah.
But I don't. But
I feel like the mistake that I don't know if I made it or if you made it is that you shouldn't have gone into this movie knowing it was a sketch. Because I feel like that ruined it a little bit. Because
a little bit, I guess. Well, it didn't ruin it, but I mean, it set it up for the this is how we're going to engage or whatever. Anyway,
yeah.
I mean, I honestly wanted there to be like Rob Lowe's character is just kind of left holding a snake, and then like I mean, there's all this stuff. Yeah, you know what I mean, and I just felt like there were.
Well, he ends up getting a body cavity search from the.
That's right. Oh, I forgot. Right. And what the fuck was with the license plates in that movie? Everything license plate was just totally lingered on for a long time. It was very weird. I don't understand.
No, I don't know what you're talking. Now I have to go back. I have to go watch this movie again from your point of view and look at all these things.
Well, I don't know where I put my phone, but I have all these pictures of it.
Anyway, we've talked about Wayne's World for too long.
Wayne's World longer than the movie.
Yeah, longer than the movie, and I'm not going to be able to go into that in depth with Amélie. But here's my. I took some notes, but just like you, there was a point in the movie that I went, "Fuck it, I'm not writing anything else about this movie." Sure. But before we begin, I want your take. I want, how the movie came into your life, what it is about the movie that speaks to you and that you enjoy. Because what
year was it? Do we know what year this movie?
2001.
Okay, so I'm living in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 2001, and so that was that's like fucking 9/11 territory.
Mm-hmm. I feel like this movie was. I didn't write down September? I didn't write down what month, but I think it was before 9/11.
Okay. Well, I gotta say that there was a place. Oh my God, I'm not gonna remember the name of it. This was I think there were still video rental stores at this point,
Oh yeah, for
and
sure.
there was one in Chicago that was known as kind of an art house movie thing, and there was a couple of Chicago ones like Earwax was a store I think, and they had upstairs they had the video stuff, and so you could go in and basically rent movies that you couldn't find at Blockbuster or what was the other one called?
Hollywood Video.
Hollywood
Yeah.
Video.
Uh-huh.
So, if you wanted to see your stigmatas, you could go down to the corner and get it from Blockbuster. But if you wanted to see something that like you'd only heard one person mention once and said it was good or whatever, then you're like, okay, so there's a sophistication and it's not complete or there's a level of upness moving from Lawrence, Kansas to Chicago, Illinois. There's just a level of upping your game.
Yeah.
There's a whole lifetime of you enjoying stuff, and now you're in this city. It's a world-class city. It's known for its arts and entertainment. It's known for Siskel and Ebert. It's known for
It's
movies being shot here,
yeah, they've
TV
literally made
shows
movies about the city. Like
about the
it's
city. Yeah,
yeah.
100%, 100%. Okay, so and you start running with people that that are not watching Wayne's World or whatever.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, so and okay, so I started getting into films that were foreign because the characters that were in them, the actors and actresses that were in them, did not look like Hollywood actors or actresses. The scenes that I could see from around the world caught on film on location where I was drinking those in. I wanted these things to happen.
Sure.
I had seen Delicatessen, which
Uh-huh.
was this actor's the director's movie before, and then this movie comes out. And I cannot remember who recommended it to me or where I saw it for the first time, but I do remember immediately liking it.
Mhm.
Like Magnolia, which is a movie that I love. It has that whole opening scene where like it's just coincidences of stuff that
That's
happens.
literally I actually had to look up and see what years those movies came out because I've seen Magnolia a shitload of times and I love that movie. So
That
yeah.
movie's awesome.
Yeah.
That movie is awesome.
Mhm.
Like there's a place where we totally fucking agree. That movie's amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
you could call it a very self-indulgent movie from the director's standpoint, but I feel like that movie couldn't exist any other way. Like, it
oh
has to
no
be
way.
that movie
It has to be
to
that movie.
work.
Right. Yeah. So that being said, I'm into that.
Hmm.
This causes that causes this causes that causes and at the same time all over this is happening at the same time this is happening and blah 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 and
Sure.
I love like blah, 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 connected things and all that and that movie came out immediately with that voiceover and just started right into it and so I was like oh okay we're gonna do this oh great and
Yeah.
so dude I'd read a French book that was recommended to me not in French it was an English translation it was fucking at one point I'm like this is very tragic and then I'm like no this is fucking hilarious because the French are like very very like this is the worst thing that could like Voltaire or whatever when you read Candide or however it's pronounced or whatever you're like oh this is like the worst shit that could happen to people but they're showing it to you in that like bring out your dead
Dark
bring out your
humor.
dead yeah dark humor yeah
Yeah.
they're like showing it to you because this is a fucking culture that's old
Which is,
old
which is to be, I love that you made this reference because at some point in this movie, I was hoping for that. I was hoping for dark humor in this movie.
okay
And there wasn't any dark humor in this movie. But you
right
continue.
okay well so anyway so that's how it came onto the scene I well like dude how her mom dies is like as
Well, yeah,
dark as
no,
it
but
fucking gets. I mean,
that's why I was expecting more of that because
oh,
literally in
okay.
the beginning of the movie, it's not only her mom dying in this like ridiculous, like tragic and coincidental way, but then immediately the thing that springs things into action is the death of Princess Diana. So I thought, oh, for sure, this is going to be like a string of dark humor, and it literally ends there. Like the
Well,
dark humor, pretty much
yep,
ends there.
but the humor about that is I think that the French were given poking fun at the English for having a royal family because they don't have one in France anymore, correct? That's like famous. Like they don't have a royal family anymore after the revolution. They were
Yeah.
just like, we're not going back, but the English kept theirs.
But
And
they
so
still
when
care.
that
But it's weird that they even over there they still cared about that shit, which is weird. So
Okay, well, this was what I thought was really fucking great. It was like when she's like, oh, and then this one thing that had changed her life forever. And then they show Lady Di being killed on the TV or whatever, and she goes to look at the TV, but then she drops that lid, and the lid rolls over and opens up that hidden thing in the wall, and it's
yes,
not Lady Di. It's this. And then she
it,
picks up that paper later and it says Lady Di killed or whatever. And she reads the article next to it. It's like this
yes,
is a
yes.
okay. So anyway, I'm sorry. So that's how the
No, it's
movie came to
okay.
me. I've seen it so many times. Jessica loves the movie. I bought the movie. That was one of
You've
the
seen
movies
the
I
musical
watched.
or whatever of it.
That's tomorrow. We're going
Oh,
tomorrow to see the
nice.
musical.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to the theater to see the musical. And so the way that okay, so that it didn't get dark and that it was a romance and that it was this very uncomfortable person who had an enormous imagination but could seriously barely function in the world. She had a lot of anxiety. She grew up with the whole setup
She's
about her.
To be fair, she seemed to function very well throughout the whole movie. So
Well, because she's smart as fuck.
yeah, yeah,
She's very creative and she set up a lot of stuff, but really like every time she goes to talk to him and all that, she's like, ugh, she can't do it. She has a hard time with the neighbor. She has a hard time with the landlady. She has a hard time, like she stays in her apartment. There's a lot of scenes where like, oh, we don't see you very often down here because she's
yeah.
just up in her house the whole time, but whatever. I won't get into my whole thing, but that's how the movie came to me. It's a movie that I've watched, like I probably watch that movie once a year just to do, oh, it's time to watch Amelie. You know what I mean? And I'll just put it on and I just have really enjoyed it. I've got a lot more out of it every time I've viewed it. Because
Okay.
now I don't have to pay attention to reading it all anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can just
Uh-huh.
watch the cinematography, the camera movements, the pans, the edits, the
Yeah. Which I caught a lot. I caught a lot of that when watching it. Like it's even having to read subtitles. You could catch a lot of the visual style of the movie very easily. Not only that, the very quick diversions into different visual styles, which would
yes.
happen randomly in the movie.
Yeah.
But should I get into it?
Go for it. Go for it. Thank
my
you for
num-
allowing
my
me to
fir-
say that.
my before I even like got into the movie, I already had a gripe, and it wasn't about the movie. It's a thing
Okay.
that I've had a gripe about since the late '90s, early 2000s, and that is
Okay.
Sony's Pictures Classics. They
Oh,
literally they had a movie division
Mm-hmm.
called Sony Picture Classics for new movies.
Brand new.
And even back then, when I was like in my 20s, I'm like, wait, this is a new movie? You pretentious fucks. Trying to get people to watch your movies by already calling them classics.
Classics.
Get fucked, Sony.
Get fucked. Right. Okay.
Anyway, so first off, I was glad that I was able to make the subtitles bigger because it really does give me a headache reading from a TV. I don't know why. It just does. So all I remember from the first 5 minutes of the movie is it felt like I've met 500 characters.
You did. I bet it was
and-
everyone who was going to be in the movie.
And at first, here's the thing that I'm really interested in. Because this movie came out the same year as the Royal Tenenbaums. And I would say the Royal Tenenbaums is the first movie where Wes Anderson became utterly boring up his own ass. Not a bad movie, but it's where he did two movies in a row, Bottle Rocket, Rushmore, great fucking movies. And then all of a sudden it became style over substance. And Royal Tenenbaums and everything on became style over substance. Now, I'm not saying there's not substance in those movies because I've seen several of them. But the style is way more important than the movie, than the story of the movie, always. But this movie, it was just
Yes, I agree. The mechanics of the movie and how the story is told and in what layers and how you get the information. Yes, he begins to master storytelling and film.
And this movie at the beginning of it made me think of a Wes Anderson movie, but then
it's
I went
100%.
But then I went, "Oh, wait, no, because they couldn't have been because they hadn't seen this director had not seen the Royal Tenenbaums. They'd seen, Rushmore, which is nothing like this. Rushmore's a great movie. But anyway, so at first I was like, it's so interesting that at the same time this kind of movie was kind of coming up.
Agreed.
Where it was like very stylized. You had a lot of like a frame of an image is a fucking painting, and everyone's placed in a certain place in the painting, and that's like, you know, the style of the scene or whatever. But anyway, so you get to the point where at first I was like, well, you're meeting a lot of characters. Okay, this could go either way because it's a lot of things are happening very quickly, and it does this thing that I never quite got the point of, which is telling what everybody really likes and really doesn't like for all these characters that you meet, and I'm just like, I don't really get the point of that because it doesn't really add to the story at all. It's just extra dialogue in the movie that doesn't really do anything. But I guess it's like the quirkiness of the movie that you meet a character and you immediately are given facts about them or whatever. But right. Up to the point where like, so literally like the you know, the perfume cap or whatever hits the wall, and as soon as she finds this box, so here's the thing. At this point, I'm into the movie and I'm just like, this is interesting, visually interesting. Okay. I don't know where this is going to go, but I do like the fact that I don't know. And there's she finds a box in the hole and it's been there for 40 years. And she immediately decides that she wants to find the quote unquote boy who's now a man that left the box there. So you get to that point where she tracks down the man who left the box. Right. And then it becomes very clear that she's not going to like go up to him and be like, I found this. She wants to leave it and then witness him finding it and be like a third party or whatever.
Because she can't handle the conversation.
But the thing that took me out of the movie was he gets the thing, which is like pictures and stuff in it, and it turns out that like, you know, it's like one of those things like you didn't think you'd ever see this again, but all of a sudden it's like exactly what you needed. It feels I don't know. It's like this coincidence that all of a sudden like everything you're like, oh my God, this is like, you know, exactly what I needed to find, you know, right now, and I didn't know it or whatever. But as soon as I realized that like, oh, that's it. Now we're moving on to something else. That's when I'm just like, oh, okay. Because I thought there was going to be something was going to go wrong in a dark way. I'm not saying like people had to start dying or shit like that. I just thought there was going to be, she was going to run into problems, or her doing something ended up being a bad thing because there was this focus on death early on. I thought, oh, well, I kind of see where this is going, but it completely abandons that. And it just becomes like this whimsical, like, I'm going to find people and, you know, whimsically, you know, do things for them that they don't know that I'm doing. And I'm like, okay, so fine. So, okay. So the tone of the movie is not going to be what I thought it was going to be.
No. They set up that scene because she says, if she finds the person and the person is moved by the box, then she will move to do things like that. But if it turns out that he's not moved, then she's going to move on to something else.
Yes.
So I mean, so okay,
and then I think it was around this time in the movie that I realized that why I remembered this movie.
Oh, okay.
And that was because in the early 2000s, this was a movie that was 100% never recommended by a woman. It was always recommended by a man because they thought the girl was hot. Like literally every man I ever met, you're the only one. You're the only one that didn't bring that up right away. Everyone else was always like, oh, the girl's really hot in Amélie. I love that movie. And I was like, really? Okay. And so I immediately realized that, okay, I'm completely missing something now because she is 100% not attractive to me at all. In fact, kind of annoying looking. Mm-hmm. And then I saw the poster for the movie where it's just her face and they made her look pale. And I went, oh, they knew it too. They knew there was a little bit of fetish going on in this where if you're attracted to this woman, you will go wherever this fucking movie is going to go. And you don't care because you're going with this weird haired, skinny little weird girl that makes weird faces the whole movie. And I'm just like, okay, I get it now. So like, if this movie had starred Tia Carrere, I might be like fully into like, hey, where are we going, Tia? Where are we going? Where are we going? It doesn't matter.
Sure,
But
sure.
I immediately
Right,
went
right.
like,
If you would have wanted to have sex with the leading lady, you might have liked. Okay,
because I feel like that's the
okay.
point of the point of this movie overall is, hey, look at our cool visuals. Do you want to fuck this girl? Like that's the movie. that's what it's
That's
supposed to be.
interesting. Okay.
So because like that, it can't be a coincidence. I can't be the only person that met people that saw the movie just because they thought the girl was attractive. So, but maybe so, I don't know. But there are funny moments in this movie. There's moments where I went like, I get why this movie is enjoyable, and I get
Sure.
what's fun about this movie.
Sure.
And if you're into this, that's why I made the Wes Anderson references, because with Wes Anderson's movies, I stopped watching them after Life Aquatic. That was the last one I saw, because I remember leaving the movie and going, this style of movie is not for me. But if
Okay.
it was for me, this movie is really well done.
Right,
But
right.
it's like it's okay. It reminds me of when you go to an art museum. And I'm sure I'm assuming I'm in Chicago, they have to have fucking big ass ones, and like
They're everywhere.
in like Austin and Houston, they have like these
Yep. Yep. Yep.
and you'll always have that section of the museum where you go into a room and there's all these paintings, and these paintings are, if you get up close to them, you're like, oh, these are insanely well done. And they're old paintings. This is history. But all of the paintings in this room are of babies with wings and shit like that. And so I immediately look at it and go, look, if I was into babies with wings, this would be my favorite room in the whole. I'm sorry. But you know what I'm talking about? You know the room I'm talking about where it's babies with wings everywhere? There's a lot of babies with wings. Do they call that postmodern or whatever? What is it called?
Dude, are you talking about cherubs?
Sure. I don't fucking know. I'm not that smart. You know me well enough to know that I'm not that smart. All I know is that there's winged babies everywhere, and none. And
Okay.
even if I can look at the painting and go, this, I can see the skill that it took to make this painting, but god damn it, everything in this room is fucking boring. Take me to the modern art where it's just splotches of color or
Okay,
whatever.
gotcha.
But at the same time, somebody else that goes into the splotches of color room is going to be like, anybody could do this. And I'd be like,
Oh,
yeah,
sure,
but you didn't do it. They did it. You know, Basquiat did it or whatever, you know? So like at that point, like I realized that like, the same thing with you with like Wayne's World. Like,
Okay.
like I'm not, whatever's happening in this movie at this point isn't a thing that I connect with. Does it, not meaning that I look at it and go, this is well done, this is not well done, or this is well done. Because I can look at it and go, look, insanely well directed, because the editing that had to go into this fucking movie, the knowing what I know about movies, fucking color timing or whatever you call that shit, like the color in the movie is really great. And all of these things, I look at it and go, this looks good. And if I was into this story would be fun, and this would probably be like a comfort movie kind of thing.
Yes,
for
it's
certain
very
people.
comfortable. Yeah, no, it's very comfortable. Yeah,
But my problem is that what did I write down in the notes here? I did write a couple notes. I wrote, I wrote, this is a movie for the kind of person that sits down next to an old man at a cafe and is fascinated by his romantically told life story where nothing actually happens. Like,
Okay.
which is not me. Like I would sit down next to somebody, and if a guy starts going, you know, I met my wife, I'd be like, shut the fuck up. Can I get my fucking coffee?
Okay. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Because life is too fucking short. You know, if it's like, why are you talking to me? Your story better be really interesting. Anyway, so I'm just saying, like, you know, she wants to help people or affect their lives in some kind of positive way and then disappear. She doesn't want to even though she's manipulating it, she doesn't want them to know that she's manipulating it. And literally, like, here's where my notes stopped. There's a guy who collects discarded phone booth pics or a photo booth pics. And all of a sudden, there's an overly complicated way of her meeting him. And that's the rest of the movie. And
Yes.
then I wrote, accompanied by really annoying music. Because the music in this movie is fucking awful.
Okay.
Like,
I really,
like,
really like
it's
it.
like, I get it. It's French. But it's almost like the French directors are like, hey, did you know this movie is French? If you didn't, here's this.
Oh, man, right.
It's like, oh man, I don't want to hear an accordion again in my entire life.
Well, see, that's interesting because, I often feel like, how many French rock bands are there?
Gojira is French.
Okay. How many French metal groups are there?
Gojira is metal.
Okay.
There's
so
a lot of
I
French
feel
metal
like,
bands.
are there?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I feel like I don't really ever hear about French rock and heavy metal bands. I guess we're just inundated with English ones.
It's
and
also just,
German.
yeah, it's also, I feel like there's a little bit of our xenophobia over here in the mainstream world of music. So you don't hear about those bands, but they exist. I mean, they're out there.
Okay. Okay.
But
I
anyway,
was just curious about that. Anyway,
yeah. So the music didn't help either. But
the soundtrack is so great.
it got to the
To
point
me,
that
I mean,
by the time the movie ended, I really was kind of annoyed that I was like, oh, I knew that this was going to happen. Why did it take another hour to get here?
which part?
Just them ending up together, the phone booth pick guy and her.
Yes, Lucas.
Yes,
Luca or whatever. Luca, yeah.
but there was a certain point where I go, okay, they're going to get together, and then it just kept not happening. It was just like this weird.
Yeah, build the tension.
It didn't build tension. It was just like
Yeah.
because if it like, I wanted something else to happen. I wanted I don't want this to be because it started off as a movie that was supposed to have so much more in the story, but it literally just ended up, oh, she ends up with a dude, which is like how many fucking movies are that's the story? Girl ends up with dude, you know?
Yeah, no, totally, 100%. But like that. Okay, keep going.
No, that's really it. It was just the fact that like visually speaking, and the beginning of the movie led me to believe that there was going to be more to the movie than there was. That being said, if I was on board with what was happening in the movie was was really well done. Like filmmaking wise,
Yes, it was. Yes, totally.
like I could look at it and go like if like you said, like you have to watch it multiple times because there's plenty of different parts where I go, I'm sure I missed something here, and then every time I would see it do like this really quick shift to like a different style, like she's doing something and all of a sudden it goes into like fast motion or something like that. There would be these other scenes where I go, well, there's probably other moments of that in this movie, and I missed those because I was probably reading something or or whatever. So the fact, like as a movie, I'm just like, I totally get as a movie why somebody would see this and go like, there's just so much in this movie. There's so much, to especially if like to bring this back to like Wayne's World. Wayne's World exists in a world, excuse me, where the atmosphere of the movie, I would be fine just living in that atmosphere. Whereas Amélie is a movie that I could understand why somebody else would just want to live in that movie.
Yeah,
like
totally.
aesthetically,
Yes. Yeah.
how it
France.
looks, how it
Paris.
sounds.
Yeah,
But honestly, I do feel like a little bit of that is like you're just seeing part of France. You're just seeing this romantic part of France that this movie wants you to see. That's not all of France.
No, not at all. In fact, people have really complained that it was not multiracial enough, and then it just showed the white France and all that stuff. Yeah, I totally agree. I
Yeah.
get those critiques. I really do.
But
understand
but it does give that the world that it builds in the not only the sets and well I guess sets or actual fucking France, colors, music, all of that stuff. If you're If you shut up, if you're
or actual fucking
well, I'm
France. I
saying
don't
I
know.
said sets, but I'm just like, no, they were
No, it was
actually
good.
in
It was good.
France.
It was good. It was good. It was good. It
But
was good.
they,
I liked
but
it.
if you're into that, it seems
Right.
like a movie that you literally could just put on a loop and just kind of, I'm just going to go live in this world for
Oh,
2 hours
100%.
or whatever. So,
Yeah.
so I got like, that's why I wanted like you to tell me what it was about it that you liked, because I immediately thought like, I feel like this movie is kind of wasted on me
Okay.
because if you take the story out and you have the aesthetics and the music and the actors, it's unappealing to me for the most part. And then when you
Gotcha.
add the story in, and I wanted the story to bring me to unexpected places, but it ended up taking me to a very expected place in a very I don't know. It was way too long for what actually happened in the movie. You know, it was so I'm just like it got to the point where there were scenes with like the two dudes with like the television and the videos and stuff or whatever. I don't know. It got to the point where I just went, I understand this is, you know, how what this scene could mean to somebody else that's into this movie, but to somebody that just wants to get the story going, I'm just like, all right, we're back here with these guys again. You
Right.
know?
Okay. So you made some very accurate observations of my viewing, my personality, my viewing
Mm-hmm.
habits of Wayne's World. This is a book.
Uh-huh.
Like this movie is shows you like a book.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is taking the time to like dribble out little things at a time. And I'm just curious, like you say you have never read a novel or you don't read novels or you've read very few novels.
I've read very
By
few.
the way,
I've had read novels before. Yes.
okay. So, and have you read novels that you've enjoyed?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. And you've read novels that have changed your way of thinking, like in the fact that they give you something in an order or they do something that you read the words
Mm-hmm.
and then your brain makes a thing. It builds the world. Do you know what I mean? Have you gotten, and by the way, I
Yeah.
have, I've read, I didn't start reading like books until I
Mm-hmm.
was in my 40s. So I'm not going to sit here and say I've always been into literature and blah, 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 because I haven't. I
Uh,
read fantasy, swordplay, like mystery, science fiction. I read that kind of stuff. I was reading what they would call pulp or junk, right? But
sure.
I was always reading it. Okay.
Yeah.
And at some point I was like, oh, I didn't read it. And then I'm talking to people and they're like, oh, it's like in Grapes of Wrath. And I'm like, never read it. And it's like, da da da, never read it. I never read it. I never read it. So I'm like, okay, fine, fuck it. I'm going to read Moby Dick. I'm going to read Grapes of Wrath. I'm going to read For Whom the Bell Tolls. I'm going to like go into all these authors that I've just
Yeah.
literally never read. And I'm going to figure out what the fuck is going on. And then when you do that, like, it's like, whoa. And I'm sure even people are listening to the authors that I'm talking about and going, yeah, you should read this because that'll really fuck your head or whatever. You know what I mean? I
Exactly.
understand
Yeah.
that there's more levels to this. Okay, so I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I'm opposite of bragging actually.
Yeah.
But I'm just what I want to know though, because I keep talking to Sequoia about this because she listens to all of her books on tape, which is great because it's made her vocabulary like incredible.
Yeah.
And the reader of the book is very good and they have different voices and different accents and different whatever, they will really draw you in. Like I don't really give a fuck about Harry Potter, but Jesus Christ, I'll listen to that guy read Harry Potter all day because he's fucking great. I don't know if you've ever heard this dude who reads this. I'm like, great. The dude has a different voice for everybody. He keeps track of all of it. He sucks me into the story. I'm like, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so but I'm just curious because when this movie, the reason it does all that stuff with the characters and the little snippets and the little pieces, it's to give you an idea, you know, of like just a little tendency or a little quirk or a little habit that lets you read into that character. And then as that character shows up in all the scenes later, you're building that information and you're having to reference it. You know what I mean? All the way up. Like that jealous guy in the spoiler alert. Like the jealous guy
In the
in the
cafe or
cafe
whatever.
who
Yeah.
fucks with that lady all the time, right? You
Mm-hmm.
know, and then okay, or okay, so but basically you're also the most in-depth pieces you're getting are of course about Amelie. And so she's very uncomfortable. Like the cleverness of the fact that her mom was neurotic and her dad couldn't show any emotion
Yeah.
at all. Okay. And that she was diagnosed with a heart condition and her dad was a doctor because every time he
She was
went to
excited that he was giving her attention.
give her, and her heart would go real big, and so then she was homeschooled.
Yeah.
So now
Yeah.
she's alone again. She's alone again with her neurotic mom, that eye twitch lady, right?
Yeah.
And dumping, and what they both like dump out their things and clean it and put it back, the toolbox and the purse and the thing, and you're getting all this, and so you see her launch into. She has no friends. She has no social interaction with any other person. So her imagination becomes huge, and she begins to just like when she's taking pictures of the sky and the teddy bear and the rabbit and all that shit are in there.
Mm.
Like, who hasn't looked at a cloud and said that looks like a this or that looks like a that? It doesn't really look like that, but
Sure.
so I'm wondering, like, okay, so basically the reason that this movie was so endearing to me about this is because, and by the way, I love Wes Anderson movies and I've watched them all except for the
Hmm.
last one. And I am his command over, like, you don't even know what movie you're in sometimes because he's telling like when he dude, did you see the rocket? You did not see Rocket City or what, Asteroid City or whatever, right? You didn't watch
I don't even.
Asteroid
I've never
City?
even heard of that.
Oh my God, dude. At the
Never
time that
mind. I
this,
did. Did Wes
okay.
Anderson do Fantastic Mr. Fox? I
Yes.
like that movie. I
That
saw that
movie's
one.
that's good,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see Isle of Dogs,
No.
which is his other stop anime?
No.
Okay, so I think his combination of stop animation and movie has combined now so hard you can't even really tell what you're
Okay.
looking at anymore.
Yeah.
And then he just comes out like, "Oh, I'm gonna look. This is a guy being interviewed about a documentary that he made about a playwright, about a play that was made that was turned into a TV show that was bada 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 bada." And you're like, "Tuck tuck 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 tuck," and you're just
Sure.
following these characters through all this thing. That's what was going on in this movie for me. You know what I mean? Like that she imagines that albums were made like pancakes, and then
Hmm.
later you see her in the fucking uh she goes down into the subway and then she hears that music and she turns around, she sees that old guy with the record player, and now you know that she thinks records are made like pancakes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
there's like these things that are happening, and that's all in her imagination. She's very, very fucking clever. And but she cannot really have conversations with people, and she sees this boy who, if you remember, they used to send semaphore or whatever by reflected mirrors to
Yeah.
one another
Hmm.
from 5 miles away, and that's the person who, and then he sees her and can see her heart. Do you know what I mean? And all this
Yeah.
kind of stuff. It's building up this fate and what's the other one? Uh, Destiny,
Hmm.
fate and destiny, and that these things move throughout life. And I'm sure like that's French have a very different viewpoint of it because their country has simply been around for as long as it's been around or whatever, and they've
Yeah.
been an empire several times and they've whatever and that whatever. So like the way this the way that they are dragging these two people together a little by little, showing her interests of what she wants and his interests. Well, what did she look like? Was she good looking? Like when she shows up with that book to the porno shop where
Yeah.
he works, where she's freaked out in there, you know what I mean? And the whole all this clash of stuff, and it's like, is he a dickhead who's just into this? No, he's just this dude who works there. He also works at the carnival. He, blah blah blah. But that kid, that he's collecting these pictures and he's got that weird book
Hmm.
and he wants to figure out who that guy is.
Yeah.
And she finds out, and she's got to let him know, and she's doing all this stuff, and how she breaks the machine and the thing and the thing and all that shit. How it all just goes, it's rattled in this jar, and then they spill it out, and it's in some weird order. And
Hmm.
it's like, man, dude, by the time he by the time they meet, I agree, dude. I am wanting them. I'm thinking they're going to meet, and now we're going to see two people who are in love with one another acting with one another. Like, I think that's what's going to happen. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like, her entire thing with that dude who's made of glass that paints the same painting every
Yeah.
year. Okay. Their psychic connection, like when each other are looking at each other through the window and they know it and they act like they don't know it, but then as soon as they're not looking, the other one looks up because they know they were there, and then the same thing is going on. Like, he nails her with that spooky girl that's in the painting, like, oh, this one's just, and that whole lesson about you better live your life right now because I'm like glass. I can't even go outside or I break, right?
Hmm.
You are not. you're tougher than this and you need to pursue the things that you want to pursue, like all these lessons. And then she's like, then her superpower of helping people kicks in on him. And now she's like, okay, well, I'm going to rifle these videotapes at you about this horse that fucking joins the bike race, or about this guy who tap dances with one foot, or like this, whatever. And
Yeah.
it wakes him up. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
you're realizing that connections between two humans all the time are very valuable. So like the sitting down next to the guy at the coffee shop who wants to tell you about his old wife, like that is a thing. Like, oh, okay, there's like that guy also likes to pop bubble wrap under the table, or he likes to do, you know what I mean? Like there's a world in this person's head that if you
Yeah.
take the time to, anyway, so that's
I think
cool.
that a very important word that I just immediately started thinking as you're talking about it, I go, I think my problem is I'm too cynical for this movie.
Cynical. Interesting.
And
I don't, okay.
because I,
Why cynical?
because I don't, I, so when you start to get into the part of the movie where she's interfering in people's lives, there's that part of me that goes, okay, not most people are not good. Let's be fair.
Well, I mean, do you
I
think
feel
that,
like
though, for real?
I
Do you
feel
think
like
that for
so
real?
many people in this world are just varying levels of not good. Like I don't think it's the other way around where it's varying levels of good. I think that and I don't, maybe it's not the whole world, but I feel like I see so many people where I'm just like, I don't want to know your life because I know for sure you're an asshole to people, or you're an asshole to somebody, or or whatever.
okay,
I don't
yeah,
see
yeah,
it the other way around where I go, you're an asshole, but I know there's good in you. I don't see that because I've run into too many fucking awful people. And so I start viewing the movie, and once I realize it's going to be all like, it's going to be whimsical and fun, and that's not going to be dark at all, I immediately go, okay, hold up a second. If Amelie was a middle-aged German bald guy named Igor or whatever,
Oh, totally, dude. I get
would this be looked at as stalking?
100%.
And then I go, okay,
Well, they were all people who lived in her building, or you know what I mean, that kind of stuff. And yeah, she breaks
sure.
into that dude's apartment and she fucks with his whole life. I mean, there's a ton of stuff that goes on.
yeah,
That's
and so
very right.
and then at
Yeah.
the same time, like I don't know. I think I just, because I don't have that outlook on the world where like the guy that I don't know at the you sitting at the counter at the diner, he's got this whole world in his head. My brain goes, he doesn't have shit going on. He fucking probably thinks the Chinese are ruining the fucking world. And like I just like I've been proven so wrong so many times about people that movies that are that positive about just randomness with people, it takes me out of the movie because that's not, I don't take that in the right way. Because that's why if you notice, like the first things I was saying is like I was waiting for this to be a darker, not necessarily dark, but I was waiting for there to be consequences. I was like, there's got to be consequences to this. It can't be a happy ending where she just meets some random dude. And then when I realized that's what it was, I was like, okay, well, I mean, this is not really that great. I think that's probably why when I meet somebody like you and we like get some kind of friendship going,
Yeah.
and I feel like I can see through bullshit pretty well with most people. And the fact that like I got to know you and immediately I went, this dude's a great dude. I can't see any reason to think otherwise. But
I've done some shit.
well, we both have.
Right,
but like,
I've done some shit.
But it's where you are now. I'm talking about where you are now.
Oh,
like
100%.
what's in your world now.
Right.
So that's why like this like is meaningful to me, because there's so many other aspects of my life where just randomly running into people in public, sitting behind somebody at a movie, or being behind somebody in a line, or being in a library and hearing somebody talk to somebody else, I'm just bombarded with shitty people acting shitty to other people. And it just makes me go, I think that's why like I think I'm cynical, because like overall my outlook about like my world is positive. I don't want to fuck with anybody else's world. I just want to
Right,
enjoy things and I
right,
want to let other
right.
people enjoy things. But if
Yes,
you
yes,
turn that
yes.
around and you go, what do you think that person wants to do? Like that person wants to fuck somebody up. That person, I don't trust that person. So it's like this weird juxtaposition in my brain because I may come across as positive, but I'm positive about propping up good things because I feel like there's so few of them because so much of it is. And so like when I see a movie like Amelie, the skepticism and everything like just kicks in and I go, oh, for fuck's sake. you know?
Right. And in that movie, there's two assholes, right? The
What?
the jealous guy, right, who fucks with that waitress, and then there's that guy who runs the fruit stand who fucks with the
The other kid.
right, the guy who's challenged.
Yes, yes.
Well, however you want to say it. I don't know if it, how I don't know if he's supposed to have a literal like if he's just supposed to be not
I,
as he's a little slower than other
well,
people or something.
didn't he seem more like he was autistic or something?
Well, he had one arm too, which is
That
interesting. If
too.
you notice, yeah, but so I feel like yeah, he could have been autistic, but
But they
he was
also
always
made that reference earlier on about him being very paying close attention to the
yeah,
to everything
everything.
he was dealing he
Right.
was giving to them.
Yes.
So
He
that made
loved
me feel like
every piece of
maybe
yeah,
he was autistic.
sure. He loved
But
every piece of fruit, every vegetable, everything he would pick out. People
yeah,
would come to have him pick out their stuff.
yeah,
And I think people were kind of enthralled by there. There was always a crowd and they liked him a whole lot. And then the
yeah.
other guy was just a dick all the time, like fucking get it going and get the money and get him the fuck out of
So
here,
yeah,
you
so
know?
you go yeah, so there are the assholes in the movie, but I really do think that that's my disconnect from movies like that. Is I feel like my my reaction is to roll my eyes and be like, "Oh, give me a fucking break with this with this movie," which is why I feel
Totally.
like it's a certain type of person, and I feel like I think that's why so much of the movies that I love is this escapism where sometimes thinking too much about the movie actually ruins the movie
Okay.
because it makes me feel better to be just like I don't have to think about this too much, you know?
Okay, well, so I mean, I feel like, and thank you, because like, for instance, like Tia Carrere's character in Wayne's World or whatever, she's always in something with a cleavage or a lingerie item
Sure.
or a bustier or a
She was the
thing like that.
quote
And
unquote rock babe
she
of the
was in
time.
Rock of the right,
Yeah.
right. And then and but this is very interesting that you say this about your um aesthetic as far as what's her name? Audrey Tautou, I think is the actress's name who plays Amelie, about the aesthetic, about whether or not she was pretty or not, and about that you run into people who thought that she was, and then you think, or your further observation was that you would assume that the reason they liked the movies because they thought that she was attractive.
Well,
I
people
love
have
that.
said that. So yes.
Well, so I think that so what's very interesting about what just happened, and I hadn't thought about this consciously until just now, is you have two female characters, main female characters, where one of the movie, the main character is a woman, and then the other one, the main character is male, but I'm assuming Wayne, it's called Wayne's World. Garth is Wayne's friend.
Yeah.
It's not Wayne and Garth's world, it's
No.
Wayne's world. And
Yeah.
okay, so I'm assuming okay, so I'm just trying to lay out the landscape or whatever. So here we have this man
Mhm.
who falls in love at a distance from this woman, with this woman,
Yeah.
and then he must own her.
I
Yeah, I
guess.
mean, he says it out loud. She will be mine. She will be mine.
Well, I mean,
Right?
he means she will be my girlfriend, is what he
Oh, well, I
means.
understand that, but I mean, he gets jealous when she talks to the other guy. I mean, that's part of the thing. I mean, and I think she doesn't, oh, who's that on the phone? It's my fucking drummer, dude. Just back
Yeah.
off or whatever. There's these things that go on. And then the other one is this woman who doesn't even know if she wants, she's just going to make her pasta and put her little cheese on it and pet her cat and live in her little place and read her books and do her thing. And then she encounters this person that makes her heart beat like her
Sure.
dad used to make her heartbeat, and she's feeling a yearning to
Yeah.
be with this person. there's that whole scene where they see one another, and I love the fact that they build it up with so many close-ups and shit like that. But like, so I just find this fascinating that like how the female character is allowed to exist in in both of these movies is different, though they still serve some of the same purposes. But I think at Amelie, they go out of the way to show that stewardess lady who comes in to have them take care of their cat. She's really hot, like French fashion, hot, tall, long-legged. Then there's that long-legged, mini-skirted, red-haired, spiky woman who wants to buy cigarettes from the cigarette lady, and she's all fashion and high fashion France. And then when Luca shows up to the shop and he doesn't know at that restaurant, and he doesn't know which one she is, and he's sitting at that table watching the door, and that really beautiful, thin, long-haired blonde woman comes in, and then she sits, and he gets excited, like, oh, is this going to be her? You know what I mean? And then that very tall, angular actress who plays the manager of the porn shop, they've got that. And then even in them, when the poet guy runs off in the end and he sees his scrolled quote on the wall, and that woman walks around the corner dressed in that France fashion Paris thing or whatever, and he turns his head to look at her walk off and stuff. I think the movie, and then the movie goes,
but
it's trying to show you that Amelie is not one of those things.
But do you realize in them having all of those in there, it's even more focusing on fetishizing the Amelie character. Like you like you can fetishize anyone. They don't have to be showing cleavage or have stockings on their legs. So
I get it.
It almost more so singles her character out to the ones that's their fetish. This particular woman. You could say the same thing about, but I mean, I think that with Tia Carrere's character, she's just playing that stereotypical role because the movie is filled with stereotypes. It's literally just poking fun at all of these stereotypes. So it's not taking itself seriously at all. In fact, I don't even think as a filmmaker, Penelope Spheris would say that there was filmmaking going on. It was just, they were having fun making a movie. Whereas I think that the Amelie thing, it's more approached. I feel the director when I watch that movie. I feel like the director, and I knew, like 30 minutes into the movie, I went, I bet the director wrote this movie. Because it feels like a movie that the
100%.
director wrote.
Right.
But on that same note, we were talking about how we both love Magnolia, and not just fucking Magnolia, like any movie that guy did that I've seen.
Everything he's touched.
To be fair, I have not seen the past few movies he has done, and it's only because I get busy and I just forget about them.
And I haven't seen his new one either, which I really want to go
So
see.
I haven't seen Licorice Pizza, and I haven't seen...
That one's great.
And I haven't seen...
So good.
The one about the seamstress... Is it called Seamstress?
That one was my least favorite, but I followed it because what's his name is such a great fucking actor.
Yeah.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
So, but that's another guy that whenever I hear somebody talk shit about Paul Thomas Anderson's movies, I immediately go, I totally get it. Because if you're not on board with what he's doing,
100%.
It's fucking aggravating.
Oh, no, of course it is. Of course it is.
Yeah.
I agree.
But anyway, so I don't know. I don't, like, at the end of the day, my bladder's filling up. So I'm all like, okay, let's wrap this up.
I know. We're going to have to do an edit.
Should I go pee and come back and we should wrap this up?
I mean, yeah, if you want to. I mean, it's 9:30. We could definitely go for till 10 and then really, really freak people out at the long.
The dogs are.
Okay, well, or we wrap it up now.
Let's wrap it up.
It's up to you. Okay, we'll wrap it up.
But I want to wrap it up by saying that, like, that once again, just like when we did the music episode the last time, like my favorite thing about doing this is you bringing a movie to me that's like outside of my comfort zone. And even if I don't like the movie, I gain something by seeing it and knowing what it means to you, because you talking about the last half of the movie was actually more entertaining than me watching the last half of the movie, because seeing it kind of through you, I was like, all right, I get it. And I think my problem is that's why I was immediately trying to blame myself. Like, it's me being cynical or being skeptical or whatever, because I feel like that's what it is. But,
Okay.
but but I can't deny that, like, it's enjoyable. It's enjoyable. Like,
Sure.
you bringing something to me that, like, maybe I wouldn't like it, and then I didn't really like it that much. But it's all these things that, like,
Yes. Right.
it's like you're a giant man made out of glue, and all of these things as you're going through your life are sticking to you and sticking to you, and you're becoming this bigger and bigger heap of shit. And hopefully that heap of shit is like something positive. Even if you have this one layer on this one side of you that came from something that you didn't like, but it ended up making you something better, And so,
Well, yeah,
like,
the next layer that stuck to it needed that layer to be there to adhere to it.
or
You know what I
whatever.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yes, totally.
And so,
Yeah.
and so, like, that's why this has been my favorite one that we've done, just because this conversation of, like, you weren't 100% in the movie. We sent to you, and same thing for me.
Sure,
but
sure.
I feel like what you had to say about Wayne's World, and what you had to say about Amelie, it's all like, this is great, because it's really just like expanding this idea of, like, what do I like about something? Why do I like it? And what don't I like about this? And
Exactly.
what is my problem?
And what is my problem? Exactly. What is my
So-
problem?
so,
Yeah, I agree, dude. Yeah, because all of this is also this.
Yeah,
I wish I
exactly.
could reach over into your screen. That would be really nice. We could fist bump over there. You know what I mean? Like, hey, dude. Yeah, right. Exactly.
Hold on.
We just worked out optics, dude. That was amazing. Okay, we're gonna
Technology.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was.
Okay. Okay. Well, I hope anyone enjoyed this at all. Thank you for sitting through.
I think this was great. I think anybody watching this or listening to this got a lot out of this, because this was a good conversation.
Okay, and then I are okay. Bye. Oh,
Shut up. I have to pee really bad, but not
No,
that
see you
bad.
later.
I'm not
Oh,
leaving
okay.
right now.
okay. Okay. Got you.
No, so, I mean, we'll discuss what our next endeavor
Please.
is going to be.
Please.
I am of the mind that it should. I don't know why I picked this thing up. I am of the
nice.
mind that it should be on the music side of things.
Yeah, record. Yes, totally. I totally agree.
Doesn't necessarily have to be an album, because earlier you mentioned, like, make you a playlist of something. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Maybe we could just, like, talk about a collection of songs that we send each other. It doesn't have to be an album.
Well,
but
we did. We talked about your collection of Metallica that you sent to me, and now I thought was an interesting discussion, and I had a good time with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it could be an album, because I have a list of albums to send you to see if you know or don't know.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. That'd be great. I do have one thing I need to say. I
Yeah.
went to see Foxy Shazam, and they were fucking great.
Foxy Shazam.
I don't know if you're into that band at all, but
Not really, but I don't know them that well. They're newer. Well, they're from the early 2000s, I think.
Sure. Yeah. I think they've got 5 or 6 records now or whatever. But they, and the reason I was so kind of excited to see them is because they hit me really good, and I was like, oh, like this is like the American Queen. Like I really feel that they have a lot of similar qualities, and the front man is very charismatic or whatever, or ostentatious or whatever. And dude, they did so good live. They played so good. It was amazing. It was a festival, right? And 2 stages. And so, dude, I have to give a shout out. Do you mind if I give a shout out to a Chicago band?
Yeah.
Okay. You do mind?
No, I don't mind. I mean, please. I was saying, yeah, do it.
Okay. There's this band called Edging, and it's called Concrete Coming.
Wait.
And I saw this band and was immediately sucked in. They are very punky.
Yeah.
And they're very great musicians. And there's a saxophone player that just wails through the whole thing. And I know you like you some saxophone.
I feel like I've heard this.
Okay, so this album is so cool because nowhere is there a record label, a barcode, nothing. You got to go see them and buy this record. It is very beautiful on the inside. Edging. And
yeah, I feel
just
like
very little information down here. Don't even know anything.
maybe I haven't heard this album, but I think I've heard this band.
I, dude, they are. I it. I don't know, man. I felt like when old men have conversations about, well, when we used to do, well, and we're all the people that, well, and we used to tell it like it was and the truth, and we were, blah, 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 and all this stuff. It's like
Yeah.
kids today, they don't do dick, and blah, 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 like whatever. And I was like, nope, there they are. There they are.
It still
Okay.
happens.
Good, good. Yeah, yeah. I just don't know shit because I'm fucking 57. And who the fuck is going to tell me about a house party where the fucking best band in this town is ripping through a set in someone's living room because their parents are gone? Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yes.
No one is going to tell me this, but they
No.
exist and they're out there. And I went, whoa, consciousness went up because I was like, good, good, good. Let's go for it. Anyway, I really wanted to give a shout out because also, which I thought was fucking rad, since you are a vinyl fan. Oh,
Oh, very nice.
gray marbled vinyl.
Yeah, gray marble's nice.
Yeah, it was very nice. Anyway,
Edging. Everybody go
edging.
listen to Edging.
Yeah, man.
I'm immediately gonna go. I feel like there's something by Edging in my Apple Music because
Oh,
I'm just
really?
like the name. I'm just like Edging is such a. It's not. That's not a name that you just forget about. So I feel like
Yeah,
I
right.
have something. Anyway.
Okay,
Anyway.
awesome. Thank you.
So next time we'll be back and we'll be talking about something else, probably music. Who knows? But either
Yes.
way, thank you. Oh, I was supposed to come up with a phrase. What
Oh,
you should come up with it. What's a good phrase that somebody can put in the comments to show us that they watched the whole episode?
um, oh man, I'm on the spot. Be funny. You just told me to be funny, and now I got to tell a
You
joke.
don't have to
Okay,
be funny.
why?
Just come up with some
Just
words.
oh. You come up with one word.
Chocolate.
Bow tie.
Chocolate bow tie, everybody.
There you go.
It's
Thank
just
you very
because of the
much.
dog looks like it's made out of chocolate.
Oh,
So chocolate bow tie. Put in the
chocolate bow
comments
tie.
chocolate bow tie, and we'll
Jay
know.
Sama Sama, please.
Yeah, Jay. Yeah.
Right.
Put chocolate bow tie in there.
Right,
Let
right
us know
on.
you watched the whole episode.
Okay, man. Thank you.
But yes, we'll see you all next time. It's been fun. Thank you very much, and
Thank you very
and
much.
thank you, Smirl, for the
Oh,
suggestion, and thank you for giving Wayne's World a shot.
yes.
I won't recommend Wayne's World 2 to you because it's not as good.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's
Okay.
still it's fun for me, but it's not as
Okay.
good. Anyway, all right. So everybody, be good, learn to be better, take on
Yes.
all your layers, and use those
Yes.
layers to
Yes.
become better versions of yourself.
Exactly.
And with that, I will say sayonara.
Sayonara.